What is going on, everybody? Can you see us, hear us?
And hear us?
Yeah.
Yes, no? Matthew's here.
Yeah.
What up, Matthew?
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Can you hear us? Somebody comment if you guys can hear us. We're doing something a little bit different here.
Ryan, you're here. Can you hear us, man?
We have no idea how bad the lag is or anything.
Can you hear the sounds that are coming out of our heads?
Yeah, out of our faces. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Going on? Hey, awesome. Tanner. Good to see you. Unfortunately, we weren't able to figure out. Kyle's telling me right now to change the name on the stream, and unfortunately, we weren't able to. So, Comeback Kid is going to have to come back some other time when there's not a blizzard in Winnipeg, because today there's a blizzard at home, and I'm in Nashville with Shawn, and we're hanging out at Shawn's place, and yeah, like all of Manitoba is like shut down right now, apparently. So I was like, well, hey, Shawn, I'm like, do you want to sit and drink beer and talk about guitars? And yeah, we'll just kind of see how it goes. And he, of course, is like, I don't know, man, that sounds like a horrible time. So
drinking beer is awful.
Yeah. So we're here in Nashville waiting to see if there's a tornado. So, I mean, there's a blizzard at home, so there might as well be a thunderstorm and a tornado here. But
I was going to say there's some nasty stuff headed our way as well. Hopefully, if the stream disappears, it's because my house is swirling in a tornado. So
yeah.
There's that.
So, yeah, I promise you guys we'll get Sammy and everybody to get the guys out from Comeback Kid to come hang out another time. They're really bummed. I'm guessing that the show in Winnipeg is going to be problematic with Comeback Kid and Cancer Bats and all those guys. So, hope everybody at home is doing well right now and that everybody's staying safe. It sounded like they were talking about getting like between a foot and 2.5 feet of snow over 48 hours. Is anybody else that's watching either in Winnipeg or like North Dakota or anywhere kind of in that storm's path? I'd love to hear kind of what's going on. Now I haven't talked to anybody from home for a little while. What's going on, Anthony? See?
Yeah, man, we got Anthony. What's up, David, Eric, JP, VJ, man? Yeah.
Yeah, smash that like button for us too. Huge storms and maple syrup. Yeah, exactly.
Was that Brian? Yeah.
Well, man, they were rushing so hard to get a bunch of stuff out of the shop yesterday because Sammy was like, man, we got to get stuff out. Otherwise, like nothing's going out till next week at the earliest. The last time they're calling it the storm of like the decade or decades or something like that. I mean, the last time I remember there being snow like this at home in April was in 1997, and it flooded like crazy that year. So, yeah.
Wow.
So I'd been bugging Shawn about like coming over to his place to check out. He's got a James Tyler, which I've never played. Yeah, exactly. So I was like, man, why don't we go over and talk about strats and other gear and see what anybody wants to chat about. So feel free to ask us anything. You can ask Shawn about the best place to send him money to give you guitar lessons at. I can get you his PayPal address. And he said he's down. He said he's going to run a special tonight, like $25 an hour. There's only one 1 hour slot available, and I already paid for it. So, but give it a whirl, see what happens.
It's a link to nothing, but still, I will send you the link.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah. So you guys tell us also what you guys are drinking and what's happening. Like I said, gently caress or smash that like button. I've been fortunate to be working down here for a little while with Shawn and Travis, just working on new stuff and getting prepped for the NAMM show in June. And I brought a couple of guitars down with me. I brought my this thing. I don't know which way I'm supposed to use this thing. The Schecter Nick Johnson. And Shawn keeps trying to convince me that I need to check out his Tyler and some of his Sirs and stuff like that. And I'm still convinced that this is the best Stratocaster that I have ever played. So, I'm kind of interested to see whether or not that's true.
Well,
I know it's nice.
Yeah. At the end of the day, that is a really great Strat. At the end of the day, it's whatever feels great to you and you honestly connect with is. Yeah. If you want to just talk fit and finish, fretwork, quality, that's a fabulous Strat, and so is this one.
Yeah.
It's at that you don't when you get into this caliber of instrument, you're not comparing which one's better.
Yeah.
It's really if it's a fit for you, then it's a fit.
Yeah.
And then if it's not, it's not. But it's not because it isn't absolutely fabulous. And that guitar, I've played it extensively, and it is a really good guitar.
I do very much enjoy this. So for those of you who haven't ever tuned into our live stream or seen anything, this is my Schecter Nick Johnson USA Strat. I'm just realizing now that like all the serial information, all that stuff is worn off.
Wear off there, yeah.
So it's like really nicely relicked. Like there's really nice checking. I've put a couple of nicks and dents into it for. I don't know if we can see any of that. Yeah. It's like nicely overexposed. There you go. So yeah, it's kind of like it presents as like super white on with the lighting here, but it's kind of like a little bit like faded or vintage white.
Yeah, it's more of like a Olympic or kind of more of that old school Fender white. But the one thing I will say about that is the way that it's aged, the checking in it is pretty remarkable. A lot of times when companies when they do checking or whatever, it looks more kind of spidery. Does that make sense to you guys? Whereas with this one, it looks like legit straight checking. It's really well done.
Yeah, and this one's got the wing A neck with you say it was rosewood or ebony?
That's rosewood. Yeah.
Rosewood fretboard. I know a lot about this guitar. I know that it's white with a black pickguard. It's HSS.
It's got strings on it.
It's got strings on it. The tuner's lock. It's fancy. It's super fancy.
Look at that.
Yeah, exactly. But now this is like, to me, it is one of the best feeling necks. I like the shape of it a lot. I don't know what you would call it. I know very little. I think you should go to Schecter's website. Although, remember when we were trying to go to Schecter's website, we kept getting like the 404
right
thing.
Yeah.
We were trying to look something up.
Error code.
And getting error codes on a bunch of stuff. So if it doesn't work, that's what it is.
I would say that neck is closer to like a really comfortable like Fender, the C, like a C.
Okay.
Thing.
Dan, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Correct. Well, I don't. Sean knows. That's why I'm asking Sean all of the points on my guitar. And before we started, I'm like, hey, Sean, do you know what the body is made on this? He's like, yeah, it's alder. I'm like, okay. And he told me that it was a rosewood fingerboard, and I forgot that by the time I opened my face hole. So, it is what it is. JT's Gear Garage, man, the Schecter USA stuff is amazing. I would like to try, I have a KM7, which I don't really play 7 strings at all. So it's hard for me to really get a good vibe on how it is as a, one of their import model guitars, just because the neck being so wide to me just feels kind of so strange. And I've played one of the Nick Johnson Indos at NAMM one year, but we got it straight out of the box and not set up. So I'd really like to try one that's been properly. Nope, that word didn't come out at all. That's properly set up. So I'm stoked to check out the new Nick Johnson. He's got a telly that's it's got the neck humbucker that's like the same thing as this. I'm stoked to check that guitar out whenever Schecter has some of them. So
yeah.
Somebody's asking if these Strats have fat necks. Eric is there.
Which
if you hover on over top of Eric,
where is he?
He is right.
Where are you, Eric?
Let me see. Like this here. Look, we're real good at this. Normally we have technicians. Look at that. Look at that.
That's how you do that?
Yeah. When we click on that there, it shows, do those Strats have fat necks?
Okay.
Nope. Not this one.
Well, check it out. That neck is bigger.
This one is, yes.
Yeah. So the Tyler,
it's comfortable though.
This neck is called the 59 roundback. So it's a little bit fatter. The neck on this guitar is killer, but this is more what I would consider a true Fender, what would be considered a C neck. Matter of fact, hold that. I'm going to make Derek the guinea pig in all this. So now I'm going to have Derek switch to this guitar.
Oh, yeah. I like that it says Tubby on the back for those of you who
There you go, yeah.
Yeah.
That guitar has a fatter neck. But hear how loud that thing is acoustically?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I've got a bunch of different strats. Some of them, I will say that I'm not, unless the neck is like way too big, it doesn't really affect me. So I've got strats that are more like Derek's, and I've got strats that are more like my Tyler that are a little bit bigger, and then I've got strats like my LSL that are actually even bigger than that.
The gold LSL is in this. I like how he's like, how many can I hold?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
You know what? There's a lot of them that I don't really want to damage, so I don't want Shawn. Hey, are we back?
Still there? The storm's moving in, so we lost internet, but we're back. You guys still there?
I don't know if they're there.
Yeah,
there we go.
Oh, sweet. Okay, good.
I'm ruining his guitar. I don't know how that works, man. Does it like stop moving when I get it?
Yeah, you're good. There? Yeah, so left is flat, right is sharp. There you go.
Okay.
Wow, listen to that.
Yeah.
If we lose you guys again, like there's crazy wind and rain happening here because there's some pretty strong storms moving through.
Yeah.
So.
I'm going to hand this back to you before I hurt myself.
Oh.
Mainly just in tuning. I know how to play the guitar. I just know how to tune it.
Okay, so let's see.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. We're back. And it's not any more interesting than it was before we left, though.
It's not snow. It's
yeah.
just possible tornadoes.
Yeah.
In our case.
Yeah. Sorry to everybody about the fact that I couldn't change the name. Oh, did it show up? Hey, it does look like it showed up. It's Ask Me Anything.
Oh, nice.
I don't know what happened, if somebody else figured that out or what, but
Yeah, like Lonely Rocker Tuning.
Yeah, what's up, Dan?
It is indeed.
So, yeah, we had a couple people messaging and asking some questions. One of them was, when will we see a bass amp, something to rival a dark class, perhaps? Man, I know you guys asked Dan about that. And we got asked that. We were up doing some sales training at Sweetwater last week, and we got asked that by a lot of sales engineers. I guess for me, it just comes, down to, like, dark glass does it really well, and I think most of what people are looking for from us is probably some sort of tube amp, not a preamp.
Should I switch to bass?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We're canceled. This is the last of Gear and Beer. It's been fun, guys.
And we're fired.
I mean, that's a better question for Dan than it is for me, but I just, I don't know how big the market is for it and how many of you would buy something like that from us. I also don't know anything about designing it because I'm not Dan. So, probably one day when Dan gets inspired by
that being
from
said,
bass,
if anybody could like build a really great and efficient killer sounding bass, it would be Dan. It's just, if he's inspired to do it, I would assume it could happen.
Yeah. Are we allowed to talk about that headstock, or is that an off limits?
How terrible it looks?
Yes.
No, I hear that on the daily. No.
Yeah.
You go ahead and bring it.
Man, that is like, I thought it looked terrible before, but when I was just playing it, I saw the top of it, and it has James Tyler twice on the top of it. Like, why? Why? Who helped you with this, James, if you're watching, whoever helped you with this, why?
Yes.
I don't understand. I get that it is the most unique headstock on a Strat ever, but...
And it's just never bothered me.
It is an amazing guitar.
It's just an insane guitar. And
I would absolutely forget about this if I owned it. Yeah. I mean, I would never forget about it. I would absolutely not let it bother me. That's a lie. But I would play the guitar all the time.
Well,
so,
once you play one,
yes.
You don't care.
No, the neck is awesome on it. And
fit and finish,
I love the color. It's like, is it gunmetal gray, or like, what do you call it?
I don't think it's called gunmetal gray. I can't remember what the exact Tyler color is, but yeah, it's this one is actually like it's a silver, but it's like a dark silver. Actually, no, I take it back. This is probably Tyler charcoal gray. Okay.
I'm a sucker for anything that's like a tone out of black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's an insane guitar.
Kyle says I hated the Tyler headstock because it's awful, and then I realized I love it because it's awful.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's the truth.
Yeah. I am because it's Gear and Beer, and again, please smash that like button until we lose you again to the tornado. I'm drinking Landshark.
Yeah, it's a lager.
Yes. This.
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah. I like it.
I'm drinking a Kentucky bourbon ale. My usual.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Yeah, man. I think Kyle was drinking some sort of stout, right, Kyle? I think I missed that, but wow, listen to that.
Yeah.
The winds are going crazy.
It's a good thing we're upstairs in your house, too.
I know, it's a perfect place to be.
I was going to say, I've heard if there's a big storm and a tornado, what you want to be is as close to the top as you can be.
Surrounded by glass, which is even better.
You have a better chance of like riding the whole thing out rather than being on the ground.
Yeah, and the good news is you might land on top of somebody's car to break the fall. So it's all good.
My van's outside. It's good. So what else is going on? What else you guys have any questions for us? We had a couple that came in beforehand. Somebody asked if we were going to the Dallas Guitar Show. Unfortunately, we are not. With the fact that I was down here for, a minute, now that we can travel a little bit more and a lot of our dealers are open. We've been going out doing sales training and stuff because, we haven't been able to go out and see anybody since like before the pandemic, So like we launched the G20. We've got a belt center. Nice.
That's good.
We launched the G20 in, during the pandemic. So is your van down by the river? I don't know if there's a river near here.
There will be here
Yeah,
in about 5 minutes.
Yeah. With the amount of rain, yes. My van is probably down in the river. Well, we're high enough up here. When I leave, it'll have to go down through the river to get out of here. But like we launched the G20 during the pandemic. So a lot of like brick and mortars and stuff like that. I haven't had a chance, and Travis hasn't had a chance to go out to see anybody. So I came down here to hang out for a little while and, do some sales training and stuff like that. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. But it has, it's been a little bit weird because I'm not used to like, there's no thunderstorms in Canada, or at least in Winnipeg in March or April. So
Not so much. Yeah.
no, not as much. Yeah, hey friends, just wanted to say I got my D20 and Bogner Helios cap from Sweetwater a week or so back.
I've unlocked tones. I only. Nice, man. Yeah, the V30 Creamback is killer. And matter of fact, that's what Derek is playing through right now. It's my D20 with a Creamback 75 and an open back cabinet. Nice, man. That's great.
Yep. Can you guys hear the guitar at all? Like, we're pretty low tech here. We're just using Shawn's iMac. Just because we're not set up here to do audio direct from
audio.
here. Yeah,
it's too spur of the moment.
Yes. Also, I was like, I'm not going to get to your house till 6:30, and
food
is more important than figuring this out. So I heard there's a bitchin' pizza place. So
food and
you're getting pizza. So yeah. So yeah. So sorry to everybody who's expecting Sammy and the Comeback Kid guys and tones that are direct. Shawn, what's your desert island guitar? You only get one. Oh, jeez.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I would say that my stock answer would always be the guitar that fits in the mix that gets me a paycheck. But I would say I tend to gravitate towards single hum Strats. But I can't say I have like a one that like. That's really tough because I pick up my Tyler a lot. I pick up this guitar a lot. I've had this one for a long time, my Sir, and I love it. But I can't say that it's better or it's just different than my Tyler. I guess it would have to be one of those situations where somebody took all of them away and said I could only have one, and then let's talk. But I'm not willing to have that conversation unless that actually happens.
I mean, I heard you play that thing on one of our sales meetings last week, and Travis and I were both just like, holy shit. I've never heard you sound more like Hendrix than that one riff that you were doing. And I was like, man, I'm not going to lie. I've never been like, I don't own any Sirs, and I've never been a big Sir fan. I've never really gotten it. I've played a couple of them, but yeah, sitting and listening to you play it, I was like, I get why you choose that.
Yeah, this one and probably my Tyler would be the ones that if I walk in here in the morning, it's going to be one or the other that I pick up. So Desert Island, I single hum, but this one I've had a long time. I mean, you can't see it on camera because it's all it's a little bit overexposed. But the yellowing and all the stuff on this guitar actually happened for real.
Yep.
But then there's other guitars like this one. I adore this guitar. It's a Tuttle, but it's a completely different animal. So I don't know. And then there's this Tyler that I've had, or Tyler, this Sir that I've had for a minute too. As far as tellies go, it's like, well, I love both these Telecasters, but they're completely different instruments. This one is Swamp Ash. This one is Alder with a trim. So, yeah, that's the toughest question you can ever ask. You know, it'd be better for ask me what guitar I ran over with my truck. That's easy.
That one.
This one.
Hey, Carl, just letting you know, Comeback Kid. So there's a massive blizzard in Winnipeg. So we're actually in Nashville right now. I'm down here working. So we're actually at Shawn's house in Nashville, and the guys in Winnipeg are all holed up in their houses. And no one can get into the shop. They close all the highways and everything. So we said, wow, we'll come down and hang out and drink some beer and play some guitar and chat. So we will have Comeback Kid back on as soon as those guys are available to be back on, and we'll get that rescheduled. So sorry you guys are listening to us talk nonsense, but we're unfortunately that's what it is, and hopefully that storm passes and everybody's okay back home. So Adrian, I don't think anybody from the Rev crew is coming to Dallas. Unfortunately, it's so close to, like, for me, I got a lot of family birthdays. One of my kids, mine, my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, are all in May, and along with Mother's Day and stuff like that. So with me having been down here until now, it just makes it tough to get back home and then get back down to Dallas. And we weren't really sure, when they started booking Dallas, what it was going to look like and whether or not we were going to be able to travel down there easily, or who from our crew could go easily. So we just decided to pass on it this year. I would definitely love to get back. We've got a couple of great dealers in Dallas, and it's that show's a lot of fun. And it's been more than a minute since I was last there. So I would we were talking about doing it in 2020. We actually had everything booked. We had our space booked at Dallas. We had our Airbnb and everything. Airbnb and everything booked, and then COVID happened, so it didn't happen. Christopher Smart there. I got a G2 also, but still can't decide G3 or G4 for high gain. Could you say which one is more versatile?
Yikes. Okay, I got the G2, but still can't decide between a G3 and a G4 for high gain. Okay, my question would be, in a high gain sound, what do you prefer?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Do you want it tighter, or do you want it to be a little bit more forgiving? It'd be easier to answer that question. Both of them are killer, especially with the G2. So,
I would say
depends on what you want. If you want it to be tighter, I'd say G3. If you want a little bit,
I'll just say it this way: if you're more of a 5150 style guy and tones, go with the G3 for sure.
Yep.
If you're more of a rectifier guy, go with the G4.
Yep.
I typically tend to use the G4. If it's rhythm tones, I always go with the G4, because prior to Rev, my and still my favorite high gain tones are modern rectifier style high gain tones. But for leads, Shawn was the one who actually, you were the one telling me no. I'm this is how you should dial your G3 and use it. And since then, the G3 cuts so well on leads. I use it constantly. So
yeah, I think either pedal would be great. I would say that, the G3 is going to be tighter and a little more focused, which is great. But if you want something a little more forgiving and saturated, then go G4.
Wait, Kyle is okay. First of all, I did not get annihilated, Kyle. I've never been drunk around you. You absolutely did, and we absolutely did argue about Whitesnake. That is 100% true. And I'm pretty sure that I will have been on the side of being Whitesnake has one hit, so why are we talking about this? And Kyle definitely schooled me on that. I gotta admit, I'm terrible for that, right? The amount of times that Kyle's what do you mean you don't like Rat? I'm I don't know any songs by Rat. He's yes, you do. And then I quickly get schooled on, yes, I do know a bunch of songs by Rat. So
Yep.
Yeah. If you're playing more rhythm riffs and leads, man, I'd go with the G4.
Yep. G4.
Put that song. I like that, Ryan LeMay. Get a G4, put that song bitch in super angry mode. Yeah. Do it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back up to there, like McKinley, you're in Alberta and heard folks in Manitoba have possible 50 plus centimeters of snow coming. Yep. And 60 to 70 kilometer an hour winds with it. I'd heard this morning that like visibility outside of Winnipeg was like honestly like 50, 60 feet in front of your vehicle, like just whiteout conditions. And it's, yeah, I heard the minimum was 30 centimeters of snow and the maximum was 80 is what they were predicting over 3 days, which in feet for our American friends is like 1 to 2.5 feet of snow, which is
in that amount of time is crazy.
Yeah. And this year, like I was telling you, well, I mean, you saw it because you came down in December for the Christmas party and there was a bit of snow, but it was warm right before you got, well, warm for us right before you guys got up there. And like most of the snow was melted. And then when you were back up in February, man, there was like mountains of snow.
Oh yeah.
We've had more snow this year in Manitoba than I'm 41. And I don't remember any time in my life where we've had the volume of snow that we have, and they're about to get or are in the process of getting way more.
In a very condensed amount of time.
Yeah, which I'm kind of wondering. Well, Dan popped on and talked. Dan, are you still lurking in the comments there?
Are you lurking, Dan?
Yeah, if you are, or you probably shut it off when the stream dropped. But yeah. Dan can chime in, or Sammy, I saw was here. Yeah, let us know. Let us know how bad the snow is. Okay, I got a couple other questions. I'm going to let you handle this one, Shawn. What's a good fuzz for the D20?
Well, honestly, the G20 takes that type of circuit really, really well. I would say pick one. The only thing I would say is if you do your research, go with a germanium style fuzz, not a silicon diode fuzz. That type of fuzz tends to be a little bit more boomy, which can be killer on brighter amps. I think with the D20, if you can go with more of a germanium style, like classic fuzz, you can't go wrong. It'll be great.
What's the fuzz? You remember? It's a single knob thing that I have for you. It's got a couple switches on it.
That's the Jesse Davies one, King Tone.
Yeah,
that one's a silicon one.
Yeah, it's
so
cool though.
It's killer. That one's going to be a little bit kind of fat in the low end, and a lot of people love that. I would say, preference wise, I would rather have the germanium style fuzz, but either one is killer. That boils down to like, what do you want? So I have a closet.
I was gonna say, you guys, like I'm so excited when I got here because I got to see Shawn's pedal closet, and every now and then Shawn ends up just with way too many pedals, and he'll give me a call and be like, "Hey man, I'm gonna sell a few pedals. Do you want them?" And my immediate response is, "All of them. Yes, I would like all of whatever you are gonna get rid of. So let me know what you're passing on, and I want to mess with it and try it, and then I can pass it on if I don't like it," which is not true. I just put it on a wall and pretend it doesn't exist. But yeah.
this one's killer. This is
nice.
Same thing, King Tone, but this is an Octaland, but you can kind of dial out the octave up thing. I, for the most part, don't gravitate towards a fuzz pedal, but if it's an octave style pedal, so if you go all the way back to what's called the Tycho Bra, which was like the pedal of choice, that's what like Landau and Beck and all the cats were using. This one's a little bit based on that. So, I would say if you love a fuzz pedal, maybe consider something along the lines of like a Tycho Bra or like an octave style fuzz, because you can kind of dial that out. But if you dial it in, especially into other pedals, sounds killer. So nice. Yeah. Food for thought.
I've just never really
thought for food.
Yeah. I've never really been into fuzz pedals. Like I've messed with them, but I mean, I have one sound that I go after. And that sound that I go after is that the non-existent sound, because I don't know what I did.
This one's really old school, but this one would be based on like if you think of there was a pedal by Prescription. I don't know if you guys are hip to that. This one is actually an SIB pedal. This is a really old one, but this one does like fuzz and octave, and it also has a tone control. This thing sounds insane. If you can find one of these to run in the front of your amp, definitely hang on to it. Like these are really good sounding.
You're not sounding that one then? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
No. But no, this one's really cool. But yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, the D20 is not going to argue with pretty much any fuzz circuit. The only thing I would say, if you want it a little brighter, germanium. If you like it to be a little bit fatter and kind of woolly, go silicone.
Yeah, the only time I've ever used it, Terry said I want to use a fuzz pedal, but I can never get it to work with my style. The only time I've ever gotten it to be remotely cool is when I'm just, kind of mucking around playing, some sort of leads, right? Otherwise, it just gets so muddy for me that I just.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, here, I can like crank this thing out.
Yeah. I had no noise when I tried that there. I don't know if your pedal set off or what happened.
What? Did you break something?
I don't know. Well, maybe when the power went out.
Oh.
Is your pedal on? Like your Peterson's not doing anything.
Oh no. What happened? Wow, when the power went out, did it like?
I don't know.
What? Okay, so that's seeing it. Oh. Oh,
there we go.
Yeah, the power went out. Yeah, my amp switcher, like, I have a relaxing.
Yeah, like a rad professor. Yeah, and then somebody else commented.
So I'm gonna switch to.
Robbie,
okay, so here's what you have to do. You gotta.
The professor of tone. I like it. I'm gonna probably make a shirt like Sammy's Wham Bam. Thank you. Sam is gonna be Sean Tubbs, professor of tone.
But no, like I can like dime a pedal. Uh-oh, it's still mad. The power is literally cutting in and out now because of the storm. I actually have it right here. Oh yeah, that's not good. Anyways, I was gonna play something.
Let me see if it's a guitar. Maybe it's a guitar.
No, it's.
Oh yeah, that sounds.
No, something
less than ideal.
I just lost everything again.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, that's problematic. Anyways, I was gonna play something crazy, and then
everything
started kicking in, and oh yeah, we just lost everything again. Oh yeah, that's not good. Yeah,
it seems like we're gonna just turn off that amp and stuff.
This is gonna be one of those days. Can you turn that off and back on?
Yeah, we can see what happens there. That's not covered under warranty. No, I don't know where he'll get that D20 fixed if it got knocked out by.
No, it's not that. I mean, we've already had everything fall apart. Yeah. Okay, wait a second. Okay. Oh, we're back. But yeah, it's like when you're doing like a fuzz thing. I mean, that's not a fuzz pedal, but. We're losing it again.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's like the thing with like fuzz pedals is you have to play into those. It's the thing with fuzz pedals. You don't, unfortunately, get to play like you would normally play. You have to like, I'm playing a fuzz pedal, and that's, you have to kind of switch gears to get into that mode. So I don't know. It's like whenever I hear, it's not a bad thing when someone's like, I hate fuzz pedals. Like, well, you probably do. But then when I hear a comment like, well, I just can't get it to sound right as well. You have to play into it to a degree. You have to kind of switch up how you play. And if you're in Nashville and the weather's crazy and the power's going in and out, that's going to be problematic.
Yeah.
It's going
to sound less than ideal.
Yeah. So that's what's happening right now.
JP's asking if you can play some Spirit in the Sky with that fuzz. Every time I think of that, I just end up.
What is that?
I just end up playing ZZ Top.
Is that it?
I don't know. All I remember is like.
Well,
Just
yeah.
go straight to ZZ Top.
Yeah, I was gonna. It's like, yeah.
Nice.
So
That's cooler.
That's
than
not
Spirit of the Sky anyway. So, okay, what pedal can give you that train wreck Liverpool sound and feedback on the D20? Man, I'm gonna sound horrible, but is train wreck Liverpool, is that like a train wreck amp?
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking.
I don't know what Liverpool means. If you're talking about a train wreck amp, the only
Really,
thing that gives you that sound is a train wreck amp.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would anything that
Z-Rec maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're trying to like, if you want that thing, really, that's an amp literally being like devastated,
Right?
like, destroyed.
Yeah.
Which sounds so killer. Anything you could push the front end of the amp, any great tube amp, super hard, and you're going to get that.
Right.
Yeah. So I there's probably overdrive pedals that are and distortion pedals that are pointed that way, but you could take a range master and destroy the front end of a D20, and it's going to be that sound. Does that make sense, or am I confusing you? Because I do not want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, you're not confusing me, but I also didn't get it from the start anyway. So, I had a Vertex T Drive that slapped.
Oh,
cool.
Yeah, that one is really good. Yeah, I've demoed that one, and that is a standout pedal. It's a really good one. And honestly, maybe that pedal's not that aggressive as far as what Eric's talking about. At least I don't feel like it's as aggressive as that, but that pedal is based on like a dimed train wreck. So,
all right, I get to be a professor now. It's my turn. Okay, not to be the class nerd and get boring, but Derek, do you have tips for pathway to product manager development marketing career? Basically, how to get working for a company like Rev? Man, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna leave that up. Have Sean Tubbs' hands and ears. That's a quick way to get into product development, because that's how Sean ended up with us, is be great at doing videos and have the best hands and ears in the business. Now, all kidding aside,
product manager development and marketing. I mean, that's super broad.
Yeah, it is. For me, like, my path through this was that, like, I just, as cliche as it is, I just have always had a bit of hustle. So, I kind of got into my own business before Rev and was kind of, was kind of thrown into having to learn about sales and marketing and everything all together. And to be honest, I still wouldn't say that, like, I've never been to school for, sales or marketing or any of the things you just mentioned. So I would say a lot of the time, it's just, you kind of feel like you're throwing shit at the wall and hope that something sticks, right? And, during our marketing calls, that's a lot of what, like, hey, I just had this idea, or Kyle will be like, hey, what if we tried this? And a lot of the time there you have like educated guesses, but I would say if you can just learn the most that you can about either the product or the market, like, to me, that's the big thing. Like, Kyle and I, especially, like, eat, live, and breathe this stuff. We spend a lot of our time online and watching what players are using, watching where we think there's holes in the market, and trying to come up with something that's going to be a little bit unique. And then when we get an idea, or any of us get an idea, we go to Dan, and I'll sit down and talk with Dan normally and be like, hey man, like, I see this hole, or I've had players asking for this, like early on, like the D20 was a lot of players that like the Dynamis, and honestly were like, I like the Dynamis as a clean pedal platform, but I actually don't care about the drive channel at all. If you could find a way to make it like smaller, and just a single channel pedal platform, that would be great. And then, we found out about the Torpedo Tech. And so things just sometimes kind of happen. And they're a lot of the time more happy accident than you would think. But, I would say if you're trying to get into that, get a job with any company that's doing something cool. and just be willing to hang out and do literally whatever they want. Like I kind of started climbing the ladder on a lot of this stuff as at least in the music industry as a first I started as a stagehand, and then I would move my way up to, you know, being a backline guy and then a rigger eventually, right? And it's always just, hey, I'm you know, I'm willing to do whatever it is. And a lot of that was, you know, my path with, you know, both Dan and I with Rev, where it was like, well, we don't really know anything about, you know, designing trade show booths, but we know that, you know, we know that we got to do something to try to get people to pay attention to us. We also know that going to the NAMM show, you're not going to be able to hear us. So, you know, it'd be really smart if we could bring a room or something where people could sit down and play. And you just, you know, kind of critically think about, critically think about like what you're wanting to do. And I mean, getting a career in that, I mean, honestly, man, just go get a job anywhere that's got something cool. And just hang out as much as you can and pay as much attention as you can.
Yeah, I think Derek's right. It's like it's a matter of just putting yourself out there.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like I'm a guitar player. I'm into sounds, but I don't know anything that Kyle would know or Derek would know about the business. So for you, Christopher, it's like, well, you have to just put yourself out there and just see where things land. But yeah, Derek's right. Just take a gig, any gig.
Yeah.
That is around that process, and eventually, you'll step into something you dig. You know.
Yeah. And I always approach everything as Shawn will attest to this. I approach everything from a problem-solving angle. Everything that I do everywhere is I'm always looking for there are problems for every player, you know, for every manufacturer, and I just try to sit and find any sort of potential solution, and then I go to the guys who actually can, you know, turn that into something and make something and go, hey, like, Dan, what do you think of this? Or hey, Shawn, what do you think of this? You think it's a good idea, a bad idea? And that's where you get the guys who have like real world experience using the equipment that are going, like, yeah, you know, that's like you got part of the idea, right? You know, like you should check this and see what happens, right? I value, I mean, anybody who's on here who works for us knows that the thing that I value over anything with staff is just your willingness to jump in and pivot and help out with whatever we're doing and learn on the fly, whatever we're doing. And, you know, because a lot of it, as much as, you know, it's a little bit of a peek behind the curtain, but a lot of it is not a matter of any of us really knowing how something is going to land or what's going to happen. And it's just like, let's just get out there and get a bit of an idea that we think will take off, and let's go and let's try it and see what happens. So, yeah.
Kyle's right.
Oh,
too. Yeah.
Yes. The biggest part for anything. And I mean, here's my TED talk on working anywhere. I was telling you about this. I was talking with one of our good buddies, Jeff here.
Jeff Gear.
The biggest thing, I don't care what industry you're in, is how cool of a hang are you? If I'm going to work with you for 14 hours, you know, if we're going to the NAMM show and I'm going to, you know, do load in and we're going to be there all day, every day, then we're going to go back to a rental house and hang out, you got to be a cool hang, and I got to want to be around you and you know, and like you. And that's not just my preference. That's anybody, like, you know, you on the bus, right?
That's industry wide. Doesn't matter.
If you're going to be in a band, you got to be a cool hang. And the way you're going to do that is just being a regular ass dude that's, you know, no ego and just fun to be around.
Yeah.
So
nothing to prove, just there to work, you know?
Yeah. And work your balls off.
Yep.
So, yeah, Kyle said things and they're probably all right. Yes. So, and,
Johnny, sorry I'm late. No, man.
No,
you're right on time.
Yeah, we're not doing anything special. We're just hanging out. I mean, it's special because I'm here and you're here.
Yep.
Because, you know, we've never done this from here.
Yeah.
Will Atkinson. I'm going to brag about Will Atkinson. Will Atkinson is from, right now he resides in Knoxville, Tennessee, and has designed one of the most badass amplifiers that I have ever played. He's not doing it anymore, but you guys should check out some videos on Broken Crow amps, man. Will, you crazy good work, and I got to go hang out with Will and Travis.
There he is. I was
And-
like, where's this? Yeah.
Yeah, and Will's neighbor. I hope his name was Brian, and I'm not messing that up. I'm sorry if I am, but we got to hang out and have a couple drinks and go watch. And Sean, you were there. Yes, yes.
Lettieri
and Lettieri and Andy Wood.
And Andy Wood.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Watch. I was trying to figure out, like, do you remember what Andy said at one point during that show? There was like one song that was it called All the Notes, or like he said like so.
Yeah,
I just played all the notes.
It was a song that was literally the whole song.
But it
and
was
I was
clean.
like, what the?
Yeah, and it was like dead nuts
Ridiculous.
clean, and I'm like, oh, I hate you, Andy Wood.
Yeah.
You're so good at this.
Yeah, I was rather upset with him at the end of that song.
Yes.
But you know, it is what it
But
is. But Will
Andy Wood.
is a super sweet cat. It was great to hang with him.
Yeah.
And he does build even he may not be building it anymore, but that is it's a nice amp.
Yes. I would like one, Will. I would remind you again, I would like to purchase one of those amplifiers from you.
What
for my
pickup
collection.
is in the neck of that guitar? This one, I'm almost positive that this one is actually a Tuttle. I'm pretty sure this one is actually wired by Michael. Matter of fact, I think both these pickups are actual Tuttle pickups.
Can I answer Anthony's question there? Click on Anthony's question. No, I did not buy it. What is the best guitar you played during your trip? Can I say what guitar we got to play?
Sure, and
Okay.
and you can't afford to buy it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Nobody can.
I bought a really great 66 or 66 Blackface Super Reverb.
Yes, which
From-
was fabulous. 66 Blackface
66,
Super. Yep.
From Tom Bukovac, right when I got to Nashville, and we got to go over to his house to check it out. And Tom has a 1958 Burst Les Paul, and it is the best guitar I have ever played in my life. I think. I'm pretty confident.
For me, it's absolutely the best guitar I've ever played.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Yeah.
The harmonics in that guitar,
Yeah.
when you're playing it just through a clean amp with like no overdrive on it, was just unreal. There's not a dead spot on it.
Nope.
But it is the price of a house. So yeah.
Yeah, pretty nice house.
Yeah. So I will never get to buy a guitar like that ever. But I did get to buy a cool ass guitar that I'll show you guys once we get home. And Kyle commented on it there. I got a 90s original Ernie Ball Music Man Eddie Van Halen amber like quilt top.
Mhm.
Yeah, guitar, which was like 16-year-old me's dream guitar.
But that one's really nice. So I mean, I was like, yikes.
Yeah.
It was pristine, clean, unplayed condition, really.
Yeah.
Light. Neck
Yes.
was killer. Acoustically crazy, resonant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
There's video of Kyle playing it through the Dumble at Blackbird.
Oh, that's
we were
right.
messing around
Yeah.
at Dumbles or at Blackbird. So you guys can check that out somewhere on Kyle's channel or somewhere.
Yeah, at some point. Yeah, Kyle was killing it. What song was he playing? He was killing like a.
Oh man, wasn't
He
he
was
playing
doing
like
some Halen thing. I can't remember, but it was killing.
Kyle, tell us what Halen song you were playing, because I don't know early Van Halen, because we're not a bunch of early Van Halen because Van Hagar's better. Thanks. I like people who can sing. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Kyle,
Man,
what?
now wait, lag.
I'm-
The lag will happen, and now all of the hate for the fact that I just shit on David Lee Roth is going to come in.
Oh my gosh. I'm not joining in on that, Kyle. I just want to know what song it was. I just can't remember. I'm not doing that. House of Pain.
Yeah. There you go. How much snow, Jacob? I don't know, man. Sam hasn't popped on here to tell us, so maybe he has no power. I don't know. I'm in Nashville right now with Sean we're doing this purely because they couldn't get to the shop. All the highways are closed, and there's lots of snow. And yeah, Paramore. Yeah, dude, hearing that Paramore through that Atmos rig at Blackbird was just,
Man,
so good.
yikes. What song was that? It was like massive like had a massive snare. What was that
Yeah,
song?
I mean, I've beautiful
or something like that. We did.
I'll tell you in a second because honestly, I
Yeah.
kind of forgot about Paramore until that. Oh, Misery Business.
Misery Business.
Not
yeah.
beautiful. I was way off.
Was that
Samsonite. Way off.
What is that? That's what's that big song? Ain't it?
Oh, ain't it fun?
Yeah, ain't it
Yeah,
fun? That, I think it's the wrong key though, right?
Yeah.
Is that it? Something like that. Anyways,
What's the story on that Les Paul? All right, Shawn.
Okay. Well, as far as I know, it started out life as a 2013 R9 with this top, the flame top. Rumor has it, story has it, is that this guitar was completely stripped, the finish, everything. The top of the guitar was actually redished, so the shape of the guitar was completely redone. The neck was completely reshaped,
And it's amazing.
Yeah, and it is killer. And there was a stinger added, and rumor has it there was a '59 Les Paul at Rumble Seat Music that this guitar was apparently matched to. So this thing is anything but a stock R9 from 2013. I think the guy's name that did it is a guy named Doug Jewell, I want to say. Used to work for the Gibson Custom Shop. But that's really all I know. The pickups that are in it that sound insane, I think are Gibson custom buckers, but they are not potted. So in other words, if you sit in front of a high gain amp with this thing, it will take off. Yeah. But the clean tones, like, I mean, it's just this guitar just feels like an old guitar. Now it does not feel like, Tom Bukovac's actual old guitar, but as far as R9s go that have been completely redone, this is a pretty good one.
I see Ryan comments, singers are a great way to cover up the headstock break. I mean, there's no, yeah, I agree, but there's no evidence of it really on the sides.
Well, here's the thing. Now, God's honest truth. The one thing, if I was doing, because this guitar doesn't have documents, the one thing I would not have done is put a stinger. As cool as stingers are, I would not have put a stinger on the back of this guitar, because now that serial number, it's there, but it had to be restamped.
Yeah.
So that's the one. That's my only hey, stingers are cool, but maybe I wouldn't have done that. But it's definitely not covering up any sort of, nothing's happened to this thing. Stingers are so cool looking. I know why they would have done that, but it's my only hey, maybe not that.
So we got that guitar because we have a dealer that gets a lot of trades and a lot of cool used stuff in, and I'll often call him and be like, hey man, you get anything cool in? And I'll trade you for some pedals or whatever you want to do, or I'll just come down and buy something. And I had sent Shawn, I have a 2006 Les Paul, a gold top traditional, that it's I'll be nice and say it's just kind of a dog. It's not the best. I've had a bunch of stuff done to it to try to make it better. It's just not the best. And we were wanting to get Shawn to have an actual Gibson, because as much as you've got some great guitars here and your PRS stuff is awesome, I mean, there's nothing that quite sounds like a Les Paul besides a Les Paul to me. And we were like, man, let's get you one of those for Rev Time videos. And I remember you telling me, I didn't even know what an R9 was at the time. And you were just like, man, I just, at some point I just gotta do it. And I just gotta get an R9. So anyway, fast forward, and I'm talking to my buddy about, hey, you got anything cool? And he's like, and as a joke, I was like, you don't have an R9 or anything, do you? He's like, actually, I do. He's like, but it's a little bit weird. And, it's got this killer top. And I remember I sent you, I didn't even get to try it. I sent you pictures of it, and I was like, hey man, I'm like, what do you think? And you're like, I don't know, I'll go have a look. And I'm like, well, I bought it, so I hope it's good. I'm like,
we went from have a look to, can you just go pick it up?
Yeah, I'm like, can you go get it and then just tell me what you think? And I remember you telling me right away that man, it's you're like, it's a good one. You got a good one. And then I got to play it man, it must have been like almost a year after you had it before I was down here and got a chance to play it. And you're like, you're going to want to take it home. And as soon as I played it, I was like, I do want to take it home, but I do also want you to keep doing all the videos that you do with it because they're killer, right? And yeah, so I don't think this one will ever make it back to my place now that Shawn has it. I think it's Rev's Nashville Les Paul. So as long as Shawn lives here, but man, I don't know how well you can see it, but like that top is it's just unreal. Like, yeah.
Well, and that tailpiece is actually from a 58. This tailpiece.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't tell you that?
No,
that's an actual 58.
Wow.
I didn't tell you that?
You might have, and I might have been like,
no, that's an actual 58 tailpiece.
I was like, cool, the neck's amazing. I don't care anything else about it. Sounds good, and the neck feels great. Like,
no, that's a good guitar, but it's funny. Like I brought this Collings over because when I was talking about when somebody brought up to cover up a crack in the neck, you'll never be able to see it. There's no way you'll be able to see it, but there's a crack in the neck right here on my Collings. So the way this happened is I'd always wanted to try a Collings out. So they sent me one to try, just to try. And I was like, is there any way I can get this one? And they said, well, just so you know, this one was damaged. And I'm like, how? And I couldn't find it. And they very graciously allowed me to make payments on it because I was like, I really got to have it. And whatever defect you're talking about, I can't find. And I did finally manage to find it. But that's how I ended up with this. I could never afford a guitar like this, but because of this, somehow the neck, there's a crack in it right here that they fixed. And of course you can't sell that in the wild.
Yeah.
But for me, I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And they gave me a killer deal on it and just let me, make payments on it. And yeah, it's been killer. But that being said, as nice as that Les Paul is and that top is, hang on a second.
Well, those guitars are like this I-35, right?
Yeah, this is the I-35 LC.
And aren't those like they're like $6,000 or something, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah,
way
it's
out
crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody asked. Ryan is asking, did they carve the heel on that Les Paul?
Nope.
It seems like
they didn't touch that. They did reshape the neck though, but the heel is stopped.
And I also saw Ryan said agreed. I have 3 PRSs which play amazing, but they don't sound like my Les Pauls. 100%. Like I don't know how many PRSs I have. I have Shawn's gold top that I convinced him, the DGT that I convinced him to sell me.
That I will get back.
Nope, not a chance. Anything else I ever buy from you can go ahead. But you can come visit at our when you're in Canada.
But this is like this guitar, the McCarty 58. This thing is
gorgeous,
absolutely killer, and it's been through the ringer. It's all dinged up. I don't know if you can see it, but I've toured with this thing. This is as close to like a Les Paul as I'm gonna get as far as a PRS goes. It's insane, but I will say it's completely different from that. It's like I don't really compare it to that. It's just it's just not the same deal. Because I mean, right now it's like you guys won't be able to hear it, but like
there's something about PRSs that just have this like smoothness.
Yeah. And then check this out.
Yeah.
That's such a Les Paul. So that's the thing. It's like a PRS is a PRS. A PRS isn't meant to be a Les Paul, even though that's Les Paul scale. At the end of the day, it's like, what is it? Chuck Berry beat a man. What did he say?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing. It's like I would never compare my 58 that I absolutely adore and say, oh, well, it's better or not as good as a Paul. It's like, no, they're completely different. They're so different.
This has that like wide, fat PRS neck, not the pattern thin or whatever. Right?
Yep.
You see in this? Nice.
Sorry. This is Chuck Berry.
For some reason, the wide fat thing on PRSs does not bother me anywhere near as much as the wide fat on the Les Pauls.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Chris said, would you recommend sanding a neck that's like too glossy and sticky? That's what I did to that. Well, I should say I had somebody else do it. I didn't do it. I had John Scott over at Bluesman Vintage, actually just down the road from here, took that guitar and sanded the.
Yeah.
Well, he did he did like an acetate or something. I don't remember what it was, and like removed all the finish, then sanded it, and then did like gun oil or tongue oil or something like that on it, and it was like it was significantly better than it was before, and I could not believe how much thinner the neck felt as soon as they removed that finish. Like the amount of gloss on the back of that Les Paul neck was insane.
Felt faster, yeah. Because this one I did myself. Do not do what I did. I basically did that with a nail file and steel wool.
Didn't you do that while you were on tour?
When I was on tour.
Yeah. Like,
and Lance was going to murder me when I told him what I did. What I would say to do is if you've got a guitar with a gloss finish neck, just use a Scotch-Brite pad. You don't have to get all of it off there. Just rough it up and it'll feel great. And then over time as you're playing, it's going to gloss back out. And then just do it again. If you do this, this neck has been remarkably stable, but I haven't like tongue oiled it or anything. If you do take all the finish off the neck, you're going to have to treat it with something. For some reason, by the grace of God, this neck hasn't gone south on me over all the years that I've had it after I did this to it. But yeah, I would say if you're not digging, the gloss finish on a guitar neck, just get a Scotch-Brite pad and just take that gloss off it until it feels right. And then, over time, it's like Anthony right there. That's the easiest way to do it. Won't cost you a dime and it will totally achieve what you want. Don't do what I did, kids.
Mitch Frazier. When's the announcement for the new Dynamis coming? Dan's got to design it, voice it, like all of those fun things before we do that. So
there's like a bunch of wires and stuff that have to.
Yeah. Like he's got this big breadboard thing. It's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
How about I say that? It's gonna be a while. There's something else that'll come before then that I'm not gonna tell you guys about. Actually, two things that are gonna come before then that I won't tell you about. But they, it'll be fun. You like it?
Yeah. Even after I ran it over with my truck.
Yeah.
Still works. Off topic.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any inside info on what's going on with Digitech?
What's going on with Digitech? What's not going on with Digitech, I guess would be the question.
Yeah, I saw Fluff post about it, and that is, I didn't even watch whatever it was because I saw it while I was driving, to be honest. And I don't know what's happening. Is like Digitech's done, or like there's no more? I thought I saw him saying that like no more whammy, any of that stuff.
Yeah,
I don't.
That's the last thing I saw, but I honestly, honestly, Ryan, I haven't been following it that close.
I have a whammy and I have the Digitech drop. I don't need anything else.
Yeah. I've still got my whammy somewhere in there. It's whammy. It's the 3 or something. What? Oh.
Okay.
Man, Poo Ninja's seriously never gonna like let go of the
wet dry wet thing.
Yeah, he's right, man. It's killer.
Jeremy Juarez, yeah, man, I'm bringing. Dude, it's been so long since I've seen your name anywhere, man. I hope you're doing well. And yes, we will have cabinets with us, dude. Just message me on Messenger after this, and we should talk. And I'm gonna be in California before the NAMM show, by the look of it, for a little bit. Like not a lot before, but you and I need to go get some food, Jeremy. Jeremy's a killer player in Los Angeles area. And an even better dude. So that's my favorite combination. I'm surprised new designs are coming considering the tube situation. I had a design I was days away from prototype and backed off because of tube costs. Kevin, I would love to hear why that is. Like tube costs have definitely risen, and All products removed from HK site, and every night, HK site, like, what's HK site?
What's
mean?
HK? Yeah.
Yeah, like Hughes and Kettner.
No. Yeah, that's what
That's what I think of
my head.
HK, but
Out
oh,
of
Harman
stock.
Kardon maybe.
Oh,
Harman Kardon
on DigiSite, like.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so many chip shortages and stuff like that right now. I could just see there being issues there. Yeah, Harman Kardon. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, hope they're not stopping building that stuff. But I mean, if they do, it's going to leave a hole in the market that somebody else is going to start building it because people are still going to want whammy pedals and drop pedals and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
As for Kevin, like about the tube thing, I wasn't there for all of the tube fiasco. I was here already when that all happened, or I was on my way here when that happened. Actually, we're not really having any like crazy tube shortage or stuff like that. Like the lead times are still, they were long before EHX made their announcement and then walked it back. So I would imagine it's the same thing. But yeah, I mean, preamp tubes have definitely gone up and power tubes have gone up. But
But as far as availability,
we just have to order like between 5 and 8 months in advance. So I mean, which we were already ordering at least 5 months in advance. So it's kind of, for now, staying the same. I will say that, Mitch, I won't tell you what's happening, what's not, but you said new pedal. I will tell you that one of the 2 new products is a pedal. I won't tell you anything more than that or when or any of that kind of stuff, but yeah. And I mean, that it will be something. We've got some, I should say, Dan and you have some good ideas that have been tossed back and forth, and Kyle has some good ideas that have been thrown out about different pedals and stuff that can happen, or that we would like to see happen, that there's some kind of holes in the market for. So yeah, so we will definitely have more pedals coming because we only have 4 pedals, so it's not really a lot as far as SKUs go. We're actually pretty light on SKUs. So so, but yeah, if you don't have new designs coming, man, you don't have, you're not going to have a company for very long if you're not coming up with new stuff, unless you're fortunate enough to have like legacy product. Like I don't think we can quite consider the generator and the G3 to be a legacy product yet. Yeah. Maybe in 5 to 10 years, that'd be great.
As great as they are.
Yeah.
Your opinion on the Tone King. What? Oh.
Tone King Gremlin.
Oh. I think the Gremlin's a great amp. Well, yeah, you would have to try different tubes with it. I mean, it's been a minute since I've actually played one of those.
What is it?
It's kind of a one channel. Wait, let me make sure. I get them all mixed up now. I've demoed so many of them. Hang on a second there. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I like to put you on the spot to be like, hey man, what is it? You're like,
no, it's like, because I mean, I've done the Gremlin and the Imperial and the. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, it looks cool.
It was the one I was. Hang on. Wow, the internet's slow.
It's probably because we're streaming on it.
Yeah. Okay. So the Gremlin, as far as I'm concerned, I would leave it alone. As it sits, it's just. I mean, you could try. I mean, I guess if you could clarify, have you, Joseph, tried or looked into different tubes with it? That would be my question. As far as I'm concerned, I would leave it alone. It's a 5 watt, just kind of tone monster.
So what's it got for tubes in it right now?
That one should have been. It's been so long now. It is a American circuit, so it's not. I know it's not EL 84s. No, so it would have to be either 6Vs or what was it?
There's your demo on the main page.
It's like,
that's awesome.
I can't remember because that's how long ago it was. I can see by looking at it. There. Okay, so it is. It looks like it's a single-ended 6V6 power tube, right? If I'm not mistaken, or a single-ended 6L6. You can, because when you're saying switch tube, I was like, I wasn't even aware that you could do that. That's why I'm asking.
Does it say anything about preamp tubes?
If you could, well, the preamp tubes are going to be 12x7 for sure.
You try like ATs or
Yeah, well,
to see what
you
it
can.
does.
Preamp wise, you could do ATs to make it sound softer. I can't remember if you could even change tubes within that circuit.
Oh, yeah, like whether it's got a with the bias.
Yeah, because it's single-ended.
Situation.
So I don't know that you can do that.
Let's see if he's as we're cruising the Tone King website.
Because I mean, they do great amps, but it's been long enough now. I was like, well, wait a second, was that a 6v6?
KT66.
Oh, okay. So you can run. Where's that?
You rate one up there.
That one?
Nope. Down one. Down one more. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. So you can do that. You can run a basically one KT66. If you can, I would say try it. The big bottles, I mean, it's only 5 watts, but you could try the bigger bottle and just see if it's a little bit more expressive overall. Generally, like a KT66 is going to be really, really spread out in the top and the lows. I would say try it, but I only demoed it in, I honestly didn't know you could switch tubes and bias that way. So if you can try it.
What are you wanting it to do that it's not doing, or like what are you hoping to hear from it or see from it? I guess would be my question.
Yep.
It looks cool. I like the one that was on the previous page where it was like seafoam.
Oh yeah, they look killer.
Yeah,
but I want to say it's.
I like that thought.
I like that thought. It looks like it's one like single-ended 6L, but it's been so long now I can't even remember. But I remember it's a great amp. I mean, I will say, yep, I will say that the standout from Tone King. Oh, yeah, you can either do it is KT66. So what?
Yeah, that's weird.
So what do we switch it to then?
I don't know. I mean, it depends. Dan would have.
I know.
I don't know these answers. I just know that if you can bias it, you could probably try a lot of different 8-pin tubes in there and see what you think.
Okay, so it's. I don't remember it having, but that was a long time ago. I demoed a lot of stuff.
You had a lot of bourbon.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So if it has a KT66, then the question is, can you switch it out, Chris? Is that something that can be done? Or are you just wondering if
he's wondering if he says here trying different power tubes to see how it plays with different pedals?
It'd have to be biasable. I don't know that you can do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Message Tone King, ask them.
Yeah.
Or take a look and see if there's bias test points in that.
God, okay. even in the picture, that looks like a 6L6, right? Doesn't look like a KT.
Oh, it doesn't look like a KT66
does not
either.
Look like a KT in that picture. So maybe now they're doing them with KTs or something.
Mitch, yes. Just message either myself or Sam. Yeah, we can sell you an unloaded 4x12. That's no problem. Preston Nixon, yes, you can order a vertical 2x12. Send an email to sales@revamps.com. Someone will help you. They will eventually get loaded onto the website. Like I know we did some for.
I want one.
Vertical 212. Mm-hmm. Sure. I think they're like $9.99. No problem. Yours. I have no idea how much they cost right now or anything, but yeah, we did some for intervals, like for Aaron Marshall, and some other ones for another artist that I don't know if I can talk about yet, so I won't say anything else. But yeah, just send us an email.
Chris is very practical.
Yeah,
grab a horizontal, turn on its side. It's punk rock. Man.
Yeah, exactly. What's that? I like the Trinity Tramp circuit. You can switch them out. Or I don't know what that is. Okay, okay. So you saw Spirit Box. Okay, so that is the artist that has vertical 212s. I just didn't know. I'm not up with on all the things that the kids are into and what we know about.
What are those kids into?
Yes. So yeah, you can absolutely get those. And can I get a reverse 2x12 with quad polarity? Robert Baker, you can get whatever you would like.
Man, we will get you a decaffeinated rotary girder driven,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
You know what, Rob? Anything for you, buddy. When you got the money that Rob Baker has to pay for gear, you know what? The sky's the limit, buddy. You want it gold plated?
And
Rob Baker's got that I'm living in Ohio money that none of us have. I mean, Iowa, whatever he is.
Was it? Where is it? Anyway,
I don't know.
Kevin, yes, you can do that, but it will absolutely have to be rebiased by a tech.
Don't you want to know what beer Robert Baker is drinking this evening?
Man, he didn't drink beer.
Yeah, he's going to reply that he's drinking root beer.
That's or some sort of carbonated Earl Grey tea. I don't know what.
Robert, I miss you.
Love you, man.
Mr. Musk. One day when all this is over, we're gonna get an apartment together.
But you should lay low though.
Means I can buy me 2 ham sandwiches with fries.
I think you might have killed somebody with a trident.
This guitar is very, very comfortable.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I like it, and the flame top on it is just very nice. Look, I'm pushing it the wrong way because I'm not smart.
I like it a lot. Yeah, that's a good one, and that's one of the few guitars that I managed to get PRS to make with 0 fret markers.
Yeah,
none. And also that one has Ivoroid binding, which is very rare. There's the binding that's on that Les Paul, and then there's actual Ivoroid binding, which would be on like nicer acoustic guitars.
Yeah,
they weren't super fond of me when I asked for that, but they still did it, which was very sweet of them.
That's because
you
were
see
like
the grain, like there's grain in the binding. It's like it's crazy.
Oh yeah,
that's a good.
That is crazy. There's no way you guys will be able to see that.
Nope.
But yeah.
A&W, wow. Bargs.
What'd you call it?
The root beer.
Bargs.
Yeah.
Man, I teased this girl incessantly when I was in high school. I was such an ass to her. And actually, she was an exchange student from New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
She actually lived with Heidi's family. Like before Heidi and I really knew each other.
Yeah.
This girl named Danielle was in my class, and every time we would go to the canteen for lunch or the cafeteria for lunch, she'd be like, "I want a box," and I'm like, "What do you think?" Box. I'm like, "Sorry, can you say one more time? Barks like a dog? Like what's wrong with you?" Heidi later on, my wife's name is Heidi, and later on Heidi told me, she's like, "Man, Danielle hated you. You were such an ass." I'm like, "Yeah, that checks out. That probably was."
Just wanted a root beer, man. That's the only
Robert,
I've seen.
Not IBS, man. IBC. Yeah, is IBC? No, not IBC. No, for root beer. No, dude. Goose Island, whatever Goose Island is called now. Goose Island root beer is oh, that's the best stuff.
Yeah, that is good. What? Yeah, Stewart's okay.
Yeah. Fitz's.
That I'm not hip to.
Neither. I'm not sure. It's probably got from St. Louis. All right.
Shawn, do you have any P90 guitars or? Yes, I do.
You guys even tell there. I see.
Yeah, I do. You have a Japanese
I do. From Iconic. Iconic asked us about sending a guitar over to the NAMM booth.
Yeah, they build great. Kevin builds great stuff.
So we're gonna have one of those at our NAMM booth. Who wants to go to NAMM?
Oh, that'd be a good question.
You can't see my hand when I'm like, I do. I want to go to NAMM.
So this would be a P90 guitar. Yeah, there's something about a completely out of tune, really great sounding P90 guitar.
That thing doesn't sound bad.
No, this is a really good guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not remotely.
Yeah. I've had tons of people asking me about the NAMM show. Unfortunately, Shawn will not be able to be there with us because his daughter is graduating during the NAMM show, which is
high school,
college. Yes.
If it was high school, college is a bigger deal.
Yeah. Graduations period are kind of a big deal for a father to be at.
If you want to like live, I would recommend not missing your daughter's graduation stuff ever.
Yeah. Charles, the weather is murdering the Canadians. I'm in Nashville right now at Shawn's place. That's why we're doing this instead of Comeback Kid was going to be on tonight back at the shop. But no one was at the shop today, and no one will be at the shop till at the earliest, I think, Monday if we're lucky. So, yeah. Robert, who wants to go to NAM? Crickets. Robert, it makes me so sad that Rob doesn't want to come to NAM anymore. He's turned into such a hermit. Like, I was amazed that we got him to come out to hang out with us.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, hey, Robert, we're gonna be like 2 hours away, man. Come on, like, come on out. And and
he showed up. I was like, is he actually? Wait, is he actually? Did he say he was gonna show up? And then I still was like, I don't believe it. And then he did. Like in the flesh, I knew it was him.
Have you gigged with the D20? And if so, was it loud enough, or is it better to reinforce it with the PA?
I would say the D20 is the equivalent of a Fender Deluxe, really. So if you're on a big stage with a loud drummer, just like a Deluxe, you would need to reinforce it. If you're in a smaller room, like a small room like in Nashville would be, even like Third and Lindley would be what I would consider smaller, or even smaller than that. So a room like the Baked Potato, you'd be fine. Bigger rooms, you're probably going to have to, put a mic on it and have it, the monitor pointed back at you. But it is a very efficient alt tube 20Y amp. It's always hard to answer that question. It just depends on what rooms, what is it, a super loud rock band? Do you need to have a ton of clean headroom? There's a little bit more for Americana stuff, medium drummer. You're probably okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, by all means, take the 2 notes, signal out the back, and send it to front of house.
Yeah.
It's gonna be,
and then honestly have it pointed back to you in a monitor.
Yeah.
So now you've got your stage volume plus a monitor pointed back at you. But for that, I think you'd be fine. Medium drummer, it's fine.
Yeah. I'll go to Summer NAMM 2023. Man, if Summer NAMM happens in 2023, thank goodness 2023 show is apparently not going to be in June, because that's my only complaint is like we get such like we get so few good months of like really nice weather, like summer weather in Canada, which shockingly to a lot of our friends from not in Canada, we do get nice weather in the summer. But yeah, like I don't want to go to California when it's nice at home. Like I want to be at home. I want to go to the lake. I want to do all that fun stuff. Mm-hmm. So, any phase issues with the physical cab?
You mean, Jeff, do you mean sessions with Jeff? Do you mean running, if you're running I would say no live, but if you're recording direct and the cabinet, you will have to phase align it. You would never hear that live. Absolutely not. But if you're going to record, like say you're in a Pro Tools session, you got the cab mic'd up as well as the direct, you're going to have to phase align it.
Tiny bit of latency.
Tiny bit, yeah. And even then, if it's spread out, you won't hear it. But if you bring it in, you would hear it and have to phase align it. Yeah.
So you can use the 2 notes and a real cab at the same time. You bet.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just get a 122 4x12s if you need. I love you, Terry. For those of you who haven't seen Terry, Terry, I don't know if you just post. I always see your stuff on Facebook. I don't know if it's like TikTok, Instagram, or what it is, but Terry has like just hilarious videos, man. Like check out Terry if you can. Become friends with him. Yeah,
running both. Yeah.
No problem.
So yeah, if you're playing live, don't worry about it. If you're tracking, you might need to look at phase alignment for sure.
Robbie, speak for yourself. Ontario gets 4 to 5 decent months. You're right. You're so much better than we are in Manitoba. Thanks for reminding us again from Ontario about how much better you are than Manitoba. Appreciate it. I'll never short of my friends from Ottawa telling me about how much it sucks in Winnipeg. I'm just taking the piss out of you, Robbie. But yeah, where I comes from, there's only 2 to 3 months of really nice weather. So, or I should say lake weather. We get 2.5 months at best. So plus NAMM, who wants to go to California in June? It's gonna be hot.
I don't want to be anywhere in June.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. What's it?
Yeah.
2 notes is a huge help for live sound guys. Yep. Yeah. It's going to be consistent no matter what. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Mitch, for sure.
Yeah, highlight that one. That one's true. I like that. Sean Tubbs rules. You're right.
I'm not going to highlight that.
Yeah,
That's very, very kind of you. Andrew, was it Andrew?
Yeah.
Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. That's very sweet of you. 2 full stacks.
920 watts. He's nuts. Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to highlight that one.
Kevin M., I don't want to be in California during any part of anywhere. Man, I like California. It's like it's fun to visit, and Palm Springs is awesome in the winter. Like it's and dude, San Diego, like La Jolla area is I gotta say that's the nicest mainland U.S. spot I've ever been to.
Yeah, I mean La Jolla, San Diego. I mean, well, and then I got married in Monterey up north, and that's absolutely insane as well. I mean, I grew up in like Huntington Beach, Aliso Viejo, Laguna de Guel area. Yeah. All those areas are insane.
That's like between LA and San Diego, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really if you go down about an hour and a half or so to Huntington Beach, maybe 2 hours, and then Huntington Beach down to San Diego, that's in between, like Aliso Viejo, Laguna de Guel. Those areas are
I've done that drive. Is that considered Gold Coast Highway?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've done that drive a couple of times, and it is just gorgeous.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Amazing weather. I love San Diego so much. Okay. I haven't been in far too long.
Yeah, well, especially San Diego. Yeah.
California refugee hiding out 2 hours south of Nashville. Where are you that's 2 hours south of Nashville? Like in Alabama. Is Alabama?
I was going to say that's
like right near the border.
2 hours south of Nashville is because I'm trying to think. It's like we got Nashville, Brentwood, Cool Springs, Franklin, Spring Hill. So are you like south of that? Where are you at, Kevin?
I just heard your cat.
I know.
It's awesome.
She wants in.
You can let her in. Yeah. Come on. Charles Weiner. I lived in Minnesota for 30 years. Moved to Houston, Texas a while back. I can prefer the heat to the brutal cold because those ice cold beers just taste that much better. Man, I can't say I can't say that I can agree. I can't. Dude, there's only so many clothes you can take off when it's hot. I can just stay inside or bundle up to go outside in the winter. I prefer to
Huntsville. Okay.
Yeah, I prefer to just head to Nashville or Florida when it gets cold at home for a bit. And yeah, nice. Yeah, tacos. So many tacos.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh yeah, for sure, Kyle.
Are you guys talking about the weather?
No, he's talking about like the.
No, this guy here. Look at this. Terrible.
Oh,
you guys talking about the weather last week? The real feel. Wow.
Yikes. I was
That's
like
crazy.
A laptop with a dedicated fan.
I mean, rationalize it however you want. Like Charles, rationalize it however you want. I golf in January. Yeah, I have to work in January normally, so
yeah.
But I get it. You win. But come August, I'm not gonna hate. I'm not gonna feel like I'm living in Satan's butthole.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So Kevin's in Huntsville. Gotcha. Chattanooga's actually. I like Chattanooga.
Yeah.
I really dig Chattanooga. What else we got?
Yo, Rev. Oh, yo, guys. Thanks for hanging and looking at my first Rev. We're looking to get my first ride home studio situation. Love that. Marshall Park. What would you recommend? For the low price of $32.99 or $33.99, you can pick up a generator $120. Yeah. I mean.
Okay. Well, how much gain, Keith? Like,
yeah.
How much overdrive? Like high gain, tube driven, or
you use pedals?
Yeah. I tend to tell you to lean towards a D20.
Yep. And you know what? Chris Smart here just said hey, D20 with pedals all day. Yeah. Yeah. I have to say either that or, Kyle commented there, the 100P with EL34s. Kyle's not wrong either.
He's absolutely not wrong.
Check out Sean's video where he's getting slashes tones. What was the tag on that video when Carrie Underwood asked you if you could play slash?
I think that was a tag on it. Kyle would know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I mean, this is a D20. I mean, I know you can't hear it, but it's pretty barky.
Yeah.
If you hit it with a boost pedal,
yeah, it gets into the Marshall territory.
It's pretty much Marshall, unless you want really high gain. I would point you towards a D20.
I think it all depends on your price point, and pretty much everything that we build now, besides the Gen 740 and the Dynamis, are good for recording at home. So you're going to be good with anything. Yeah. Mitch Fraser, is that a lap/slide guitar in the back? And Shawn, can you hear it?
Yeah, it is. I know you can't hear it because I suck at playing it, but I'll show it to you. I just started with this stuff.
When he says he just started, he means he's better than I am at playing the electric guitar after like a week.
No, it is. I can't remember the model number. It's like a Gretsch lap. And then I had, I put these benders on here this way. So basically, right now the way I have it tuned is it's tuned to the key of, where's my thumb pick?
Oh.
On this, yeah. It's tuned to the key of E. So actually, no, it is not. It's tuned to the key of E6. So if you think of like this is E, C sharp, which is a 6. The root is E. The third, E, G sharp, B, E. So basically, I can do like a chord, no problem. If I want to go to the minor, like the minor, relative minor of this chord, because the way I have it tuned, because it's tuned to E6, that's C sharp minor without changing or moving my position. And then of course I have benders on here. So the G string goes up one. The B string goes up a full step. So now if I'm playing an E chord and I want to go to A, now it's A without moving anything, if that makes any sense. And then I can go minor. So anyways, yeah, I suck at it, but that's what it is. I love it. It's an awesome distraction, and I'm terrible at it.
Again, I'm pretty sure that your definition of terrible and mine are extremely different. Kevin, I don't know where you can try a 100p in Alabama, but yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
another beer.
Sure. Yeah,
I will be right back.
Okay. Yeah, there's probably a couple in Tennessee if you do head up here, though. Yeah. Shawn's got one. He said that any of you are welcome to come to his house to try anything that you'd ever want.
I did not.
Is the storm going to delay your 100p? I have no idea. I hope not. I hope nothing else gets delayed. Yeah. So they actually issue a lap steel when you arrive in Nashville. Yes. Kenneth Gent. Nice. Yeah. What else do you guys know? Or else, what else do you guys want to hear? Or do you have any questions about anything else for Shawn or I while we're still here? I like this guitar, man.
It's a good one. Got that one for me. I love that guitar.
Sounds good.
Sam Adams.
Yeah. I asked them if they wanted to know anything else, but no one's replying.
What?
I know.
Aww.
I think we've bored them all to death. Like,
what?
I came here for Comeback Kid and riffs, and I got a lap steel.
I got some dude tuned to weird
Mm-hmm.
E6 with a lap steel complaining about lap steel.
Terrible. Just asked a question about the 20 series. How do they do against a loud drummer? depends how loud you're talking. They do about as well as like any 21 amp is going to do against a loud drummer, which is not, they're definitely going to overpower you if they're really loud. But that's why, they're designed to have with the torpedo built in, so that you can run them direct in the front of house and you use in-ears, and then it doesn't matter how loud the drummer is. So screw them. Also, tell your drummer to learn how to play with dynamics, douche.
Come on now.
Come on now.
No, I mean, I've the majority of players here in Nashville are using either Princeton's or deluxe reverbs. And
deluxe reverb's like 27 watts?
Sorta, maybe.
Kinda.
Yeah, and the thing is, it depends. If you need it to be dead clean.
Yeah.
But nobody that I know of in Nashville plays dead clean. So, something like a deluxe, I know guys are using the D20. They're plenty loud. So it's kind of it's an issue of headroom, not volume. If you need it to be like dead clean, then it may not be loud enough. But if you need it to get over a drummer and be on the edge of breakup, it'll be fine. Chances
are, if you're playing with a drummer that you need to get over, you're not playing dead nuts clean anyway. Most likely you're playing some decent rock and roll.
You're playing some rock and roll.
Stobes is here. Stobes. We started this stream on time. Take notes. We're 30 seconds early, bud. Come on now. How's the snow there? Stobes is in Winnipeg. He'll tell us. He probably already ducked out after making that one comment. It was let me come, be an ass.
I'm gonna skip the replies.
Stobes. Oh, I know what that means, buddy. I know what that means. It's not a good look there, friend.
Yikes, guy.
Yeah. So, lots of snow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of snow, lots of wind. How much snow? Is it like 6 inches, a foot? Like what's it at? Anthony, further up at the top there, said, "What's your number one tip for shooting the rev time videos?" Don't screw up. Don't screw up. Don't screw up.
That's pretty much it. It's like don't suck.
Here, I'm gonna do like 4 takes because the first time Derek would have been like, "Yeah, done, good." Nah. It was trash.
Honestly, I really lean into Kyle, and it's not so much, shooting the videos. It's more coming up with content that people are going to want to see. So, yeah. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. I'm trying.
Honestly, that's it. And yeah, don't suck is at least for me, is the mantra that's going through my head by the minute. Come on, man.
I was driving.
Oh my God.
Shawn nuts with out-of-tune guitars. What's wrong with that?
No. Yeah. But yeah, Anthony, thanks for the question. That's honestly it. It's a lot of it is just, content. How do I come up with content? And yeah, guys like Kyle and Derek and they really help me with that. And then the rest of it is, just make sure it's not terrible.
You're being nice. I have given no recommendations for content in the last like 6 months.
No, you have. Let's see. 100-watt dick measuring content. Let's put that up there. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I like that as well. I like that thought.
Man, is anybody going to get that joke?
And then Travis, if he watches it.
I was going to say Travis will get it.
Rob Baker, if he's here, he's going to get
Baker would get it, yeah.
Oh, okay. So what's the other? Less than a foot of snow. Well, that's good. So.
Are you really a musician if you don't live with That's fair enough, sir.
Are you saying I'm not a musician?
You don't have crippling self-doubt?
No. I know exactly how good or bad I am as a player. I know exactly what my capabilities are and what I should not overstep on.
Wait a second. Telly or Strat and Battle? Strat. I love Tellys, but yeah, I tend to lean into Strats.
Yeah. Yeah. The drummer, I know it hit like a drum. Oh man. Okay, it's also a great line too. It's impossible to just pick either Telly or Strat, but if back to when Anthony was asking about like desert island guitar, like you only get one Strat.
Yeah.
I agree with you, right?
SSH.
Like SSH. I always call it HSS, but
either way,
you're correct because it should be single hum, right?
Yep.
These are not single coil or humbucker.
Well,
pickups. You don't make this guitar good. Because it had that awesome button here from the Fishman system. I don't like it because it doesn't have that
pickups ever.
Yes. Yeah. No. What's your thoughts? Tell your Strat.
Yeah. Throw it out, man.
I have gorgeous versions of both. I don't. None of my Fenders are actually my favorites of those guitars.
That Bluesman is
really great.
Pretty crazy.
The white EB Rooster I have has that Schroeder bridge.
Yes.
That's
right.
So comfortable when you're a douche and you palm mute on a Telecaster like I do when you're doing.
Yeah, but Dan builds an incredible Telecaster.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. So
that one, see all the junk I've left on that fret. I refuse to clean that fretboard because I just feel like there's notes there, and if I wipe all that crap off, the notes won't be there.
Am I gonna get hepatitis?
What's up? Yeah.
Hey, RJ Ronquillo, I just got a cool new pedal in the mail today. Awesome. You'll have to tell us all about it later.
RJ, what are you doing, man? Yeah. Hey, that what was that thing you demoed? I think it was today. It was like a pedal that had like I can't remember. But anyways, that was dude, awesome job. You're the man. RJ's a sweet cat, man.
Go check out RJ's channel if you haven't checked it out.
Check out his channel. He's a great player. Super sweet dude. Yeah.
Monster.
Yeah.
Another Nashville monster.
Yep. So many monsters in
I know.
It's like the monster capital.
It's monstrosity, like Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting off the rails. Well, it took till now. So we did good. We did real good. We made it to 9:15.
Only 2 beers in.
Yeah, before it got stupid. Shawn, you have to tell your personal story too. Anthony, I'll give Shawn an idea. And he'll come back with his video for it with a story about being on tour. And then it's like, oh, well, I know what the title is now. Yeah. I have a Fender Deluxe American Strat from 2001. Dad bought me when I outgrew my headphones.
See, he said HSS.
We'll go to yeah.
Maybe he's right and I'm wrong.
Yours makes more sense because I don't count it like
I don't count that way either. Yeah. Anyways, he's probably right.
Whatever it is, a humbucker in the bridge. Otherwise, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
If I can't play the rock and rolls on it,
if I can't play the rock and rolls on my Strat,
exactly. Then I don't want that.
I don't want that thing. I don't want to try that cocaine. I have a Fender. My dad brought me out. Start guitar. We'll go to the great. Yeah, I get it, man.
Yeah,
what the?
Your chair's like the cable is here.
Oh,
and, like we're both splitting your your little roller mat.
Where am I? Why can't I roll?
You know what? I have actually I'm super excited when I get home. Alex still be single in the bridge period. That's why you're an audio engineer and a lighting guy and more of a drummer than you are a guitar player. Boo.
Love you.
Boo. Yeah.
Love you. No.
Go back to playing acoustic guitar where you belong. I feel like that. Have you seen? Oh, you probably haven't seen that meme, but there's like a meme of.
It's like, what's he playing? Leonard Cohen covers or something? What's the deal?
There's a meme of a dude like trying to hit on a chick, and it's just text messages, and she's like, "Oh, do you need me to walk you back down?" And she's like, "What?" He's like, "What? What do you mean?" She's like, "Back down to the friend zone where you belong." Stoked to walk you back down to being an acoustic player. Sorry, I'm being an asshole to Stovey. Stovey was the other guitar player in my band for everybody who doesn't know.
And he's an awesome dude.
He is.
We are messing with him.
He's the one who runs our camera switching, which we do not have any cameras to switch tonight. So
yeah, because if we did, Stoves would be destroying us right now.
Yeah. I had saw something that I was going to add. Oh, yeah. So about Strats. Man, I've gotten some newer Fenders the last 10 years. And I just haven't really gelled with any of them. Mm-hmm. But I had an 87 gunmetal blue American Standard Strat that my brother now has that is just killer and I just bought another one so I could get one back. That when I get home, is probably currently sitting in a building that is completely trapped by snow, waiting for me to get to North Dakota. But yeah,
Yep.
yeah. 13-year-old self-wanted Tom DeLonge SIG model, but Dad was smarter and talked me out of it. Dude, I have the Daphne Blue Tom DeLonge signature model, and you know, the fact that you have an SSH is probably better than the DeLonge, but the DeLonges are so badass, man. You know, what's up, Alex Kelly?
Oh, hey, Alex, what's
Yeah.
going on, man?
Yeah. Sessions with Jeff up there. Is the live scene in Nashville back up to full speed? Did another venue move into
Where's that?
Douglas Corner?
Oh,
Right there.
Yeah.
I don't know what Douglas Corner is because I don't live here, but dude, I cannot believe how many shows happen in the city.
Yeah,
like,
it's absolutely
insane.
back up to full speed.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
The amount of shows that I heard about that I missed, like while I've been down here, that bands that were in town, I was like, what? Like Blackstone Cherry was in town. Remember I was talking to you, wasn't I talking to you about like Ben Wells and Blackstone Cherry? And I was like, they were here last night and I didn't know about it. Like not last night.
Yeah, and honestly, Douglas Corner, I haven't played there in a long time. Last time I played there was with an act called Two Story Road. It's been long enough that I wouldn't know if something else other than what was there is there. As far as I know, no, nothing's changed. But yeah, everything is cranking now for sure.
Yeah, Travis is at John Mayer's tonight at Bridgestone. Man, I wonder if they lost power. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, they might have. I mean, we
Yeah.
We didn't lose power, but we had a
brownout,
long enough brownout that
that it messed up your amp switcher.
A little bit.
Yep. Yeah. What else we got? What other questions you guys have? We've been going on.
HSS is it's a generator. No, it isn't. Well, no, yeah, it probably is.
It's a generational thing. I think that it's just if you like rock tones, you like that. You like that. I just don't like when things are noisy. That was one of the big things that drew me to the generator when I first heard it, like Dan's Prototype. There's two main things. One was because I was playing rectifiers at the time, the fact that it had like a modern high gain voice, but without the like kind of tubby bottom end or flubby bottom end that the Recto had. And the other big thing was I could not believe how low the noise floor was. It was so quiet for the amount of gain that it had when it's just sitting kind of idle. So that's honestly, that was probably the biggest reason to not use single coil pickups. I actually played, you'll hate me for this because it's totally wrong, but when I first had my American Standard Strat that was SSS, until I put in an HSS set, I would actually play in position 4 just so that it would be quiet.
Oh, so yeah.
So like it didn't sound great, but I'd like try to dial my amp differently, but just so I could keep it quiet.
So it wouldn't hum, out of phase. But yeah, I mean, Kyle's right. Position 5 equals the neck pickup, which is right. It's still, for me, position 5 is bridge. But Kyle is actually like, he's right. Yeah. And he's, all of that is right. Yeah.
If you like noise, you say HSS for hiss. Nice.
No, I mean, it's funny because when I think it's like single coil hum, like, I've got straight head Stratocasters, and my thing is like, it never stopped Jimmy, didn't stop Stevie, Clapton didn't whine about it, so
I will, because I can't play like any of those guys. So if I can't have their hands, I can at least have it be quiet.
But even my Sir, this one has whatever the system they call
like noiseless.
Yeah, you guys aren't gonna be able to hear it, but normally that should be noisy. But there's a dummy pickup right here that basically causes these to not make any noise. But I also have, like, my LSL has Lower blondes in it, and those are some of my favorite single coils ever, and they are so single coil, and yes, they hum.
Yeah. And
actually, Derek's guitar, the Schecter, is pretty darn noisy too. Same thing. It's that's what single coils do. That's what a Strat does.
See, I was playing in like a, kind of a pop punk / hard rock band, so to me, I just wanted that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I don't mind like if it makes like
Yeah.
if it's on the neck pickup. But I'm never gonna play any like you get one like where's Sammy?
Right when Sammy and Stobes thought they were free.
Exactly.
Yeah. John, sure.
Yeah.
Everything sounds better when Derek plays it.
Yeah, you bet. Right? Like just
What is this? Shawns thoughts on disconnecting the tone pot from a meh. Honestly, I never dig that deep.
Right.
If the guitar sounds fine, I guess what I'm saying is I would never do that. Not because there's anything wrong with doing that, but unless there's a problem, I don't touch anything. So for me, that sounds great to me. So I don't feel the need to completely disconnect the tone pot from a teleneck pickup. You do that because you want it to sound as open as possible. And I totally get it, and I don't have anything against it. But what did you do?
I ruined it.
But at the same time,
I wasn't looking, and I turned the other machine head while I was. Well, this will do it.
But at the same time, I know guys that have done that, and I know why they did it. And if it works for them, then that's absolutely what you should do. But I'm definitely not one of those guys that would say, do that or don't do it. It's just like if you're happy with how your neck position tele sounds, I'm really happy with that. If I wasn't happy with it, then I might look at options if that makes any sense.
Mitch has the best comment of all. Guitars don't sound bad when Shawn plays them. He's 100% correct.
Come on now. But no, I honestly, it's like I know a lot of cats that they do all kinds of stuff like that because they just want the most open tone possible. Nothing wrong with that. For me, it's like if something's wrong about the guitar, then I'll look at it.
Yeah. But
I don't ever think, oh, but how can this sound like that? Or what if I take this off? And what it's like unless there's a necessity, I just don't do it.
I used to have I used to be on a kick where I'd change pickups and stuff all the time. And now, like, I'll put Fishmans into guitars, but it's still going to be 2 humbuckers. It's still, you know what I mean? The days of me, like, changing a Strat over to, like, a Strat that's all single coils over to HSS and, trying whatever Duncan pickups are out. Like, those days are over for me.
Yeah.
Even the days, like, I have Fishman's Strat set, which, I mean, I really like the Fishman Fluence Classics, the Willie Adlers, and then that the Greg Koch Gristle.
Those are good pickups. The Gristle tones.
Yeah. I like that, but other than that, from pretty much for the last like few years, I've just been like, well, whatever it comes with is what whoever who built the guitar thought it should come with. So I'm just going to use that. Yeah. So
because I mean, I honestly don't remember the last time I changed pickups out in a guitar. Like this guitar, has like stock Sir pickups in it. This guitar, PRS pickups.
Yep.
My Sir has MLs in it. The only time I ever honestly change out anything on a guitar pickups wise is if I'm just not happy. Like the Collings has throwbacks in it. I think SLE 101s. They sound great. I honestly don't remember the last time. The Friedman has, honestly, I was worried about those pickups, but once I lowered them, I thought they were kind of hot, lowered them, they were great. So, it's to each his own. Like Will's awesome. I'm on less for tone, more because I like to tinker with shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I totally get it. Yeah, I totally get it.
Buy Shawn a bullet Strat before you leave. Bullet Strat shred challenge.
Nothing wrong with a bullet Strat, man.
David, you're gassing for a Gristle Master. Is that the Reverend
I was gonna say, is that the Reverend
the
guitar?
signature guitar. If it
Yeah.
is, if it's got those, whatever it is, if it's got his signature Fishman pickups in it, every Telecaster I own, although we have that Friedman Telecaster, every other Telecaster besides the Friedman that I have has those pickups in it, and that's yeah.
And that Friedman, the pickups that are in that are very vintage. They're not super hot. They're actually a little bit kind of arky, like honky, like an old vintage Strat would be. Their pickups sound great.
I have not plugged it in since I got it back from you. I don't think.
Really?
No, I haven't plugged that Strat in since I got it back from you. I took it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even take it out of the case. I played Scott Craker had the same one. I played it, felt the neck on it, and was like, I'll just stick with this.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Yeah. It feels like weird, like milky, like that finish on a lot of new Fenders.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I will say, we were at Lane Music here the other day, like Travis and I were, and I played the new PRS, like Silver Sky SE, and I actually liked the SE's neck more than the US model neck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it does feel a little weird. Like there's some like little rough spots, like kind of almost like a little bit pebbly in some places. But
you know what's crazy is I've never played either.
Really?
Nope, never. I've got these beautiful PRS guitar. I've never played one, either one. So I need to. Well, I was going to do that at Sweetwater and then didn't.
Yeah, you didn't bring one. Yeah, that's right.
Matt was going to bring one over and then I forgot about it. But yeah.
I'm going to Shiloh Music tomorrow. If you want to go to Shiloh Music and play one, I'm sure they got PRS. They got to have one there.
Shiloh is?
Yeah, Mount Juliet. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess they would.
Our buddy Jesse.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Jesse?
I'm wondering with the G Series pedals, with them voiced after the Mark II, will they be redone with the Mark III voicing? Probably not. We haven't really talked about it. I'll just say I hate the idea of like even what we do right now where we upgrade to like Mark II, Mark III. Willie's live in Nashville, right?
I forgot about that. Wow. Okay.
I hate the idea of V2s and like even what we've done with Mark II and Mark III. I think it makes sense with amplifiers, but with pedals, it's such a, I don't know. I'd rather we just wait and come up with something new and something different. And, maybe that will happen. I don't know. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I can tell you that's not one of the things that we have coming now, but it's, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting idea. Yeah. Did you see how?
But I still. Nice. What does that mean? Is it because Greg is like 10 feet tall?
That dude's got huge mitts.
Yeah, he does.
And he plays so loud. The Reverend Booth was always across from us at NAMM. And that dude, like, he's so good, and he plays
insane good.
So loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's 10 feet tall. There's that too.
Yeah. But somebody else just commented a little bit further up that said you could play a shoebox with a rubber band. Shawn could make a shoebox with rubber bands and a hole cut in it. Sound Grammy. Nice.
No.
I think that's a better video idea, Kyle.
Yeah. Challenge.
We'll go get a shoebox tomorrow. I need a new set of New Balance old man runners. I'll go get a set, some rubber bands, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's see if that dingus in Nashville can actually make a. It's not going to happen.
Nice. This guitar just feels like home, buddy.
The telly on his guitar is oversized. Yeah.
All right. What else do you guys have? We're getting. It's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, what time is it? Oh, yeah. We've been at this a minute.
Yeah, it's been 2 hours. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. We haven't really talked that much about beer. I am currently drinking a Samuel Adams.
That's what you ended up with, yeah.
Boston Lager, because I can't figure out that to go that way, I go this way, but that way I go that way.
This is the good stuff right here. I mean, Samuel's great. That's like the standard, but if you want to get all fancy pants, this is good.
Yeah.
Bourbon barrel ale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right, you did.
That's right, you did.
I like that. All right, I should probably tell people about that, eh? So
maybe you guys. Otherwise, people are gonna think you and I are creepy.
Yeah. You guys need to go. And watch. I don't know if it's on Tom Segura's channel, but it's like Tom and Christina P. trolling Garth Brooks.
And Garth Brooks is the sweetest dude ever. But they're just wrecking him. It's just funny.
Garth Brooks is doing like a tour announcement, and he says, "What does he say?" He's like, "Let's get physical playing music."
Yeah,
or something like that.
But he says things like, "I like that thought."
Yeah.
And it's just, and unfortunately,
it just seems so creepy. But yeah, that's been our joke for the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's been like anytime anything cool happens, we're like, I like that.
I like that thought. Nothing. Again, Garth is. I've met the dude.
Yeah,
he's the sweetest cat. He's the best.
I met his guitar player when we were at Blackbird.
Yeah, Gordon.
Date.
Yeah. But yeah, Garth is the sweetest dude. But it's just fine. I mean, it's just a comedian messing around with Garth, But anyways, that's all it is. It's I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
What do you guys think about? Did this work? I think that Shawn and Travis should do a few more gear and beers, especially when they get guys coming through. Like, there's so many bands that are through here often. It'd be cool to get you guys to interview guys, and maybe it doesn't have the fancy lights and all the things that Sammy and I use to distract from the fact that I just play boomer bands and talk up my ass for an hour and a half. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, honestly, it's like we get better at this. I mean, this was really run and gun, and but let us.
Yeah, when I mentioned it in the meeting yesterday, I saw the look on your face on the Zoom call, and I'm like, Shawn's just like, we can't go. Because I don't have that stuff set up for guitars and audio, and I'm like, we'll do it on my iPhone if we have to. Yeah.
But yeah, it would be fun because there's a lot of cats out here that would be fun to just hang out with and drink some beers and just do exactly what Derek and I did, just kind of hang out. And
I'll teach you how to do that vibrato.
We'll teach every guitar player in Nashville how to do that.
The hummingbird's butthole.
What?
Those are two things that I won't out who the company was that when I was at the Dallas Guitar Show and John Scott was like
John.
Yeah.
Why would I have to ask? Yeah.
There's an amp company that wasn't far from him that somebody was playing, and he was like, man, John's got that kind of raspy, I've been smoking my whole life, even though I don't think he smokes. He's like, man,
I don't think he does smoke. Yeah.
He's like, you heard that guy playing that amp over there? It sounds like a bag full of pissed off bees. He's got vibrato like a hummingbird's asshole. And I was like, you don't even think that about that amp. You just wanted to use those two terms, and I'm so glad you did.
Because now I'm trying to figure out how to do that. It's like, wait, but you got to get two notes in there,
It's so true. The amount of times I've done trade shows where you hear people and you hear their vibrato and they're like, and I'm like, dude, just slow that down all the way.
What?
Oh, nice.
I can't even do it. I'm not even going to try it. Does Chris Buck play boomer bends?
I don't know who Chris Buck is. Isn't he a big YouTuber?
Chris is an insanely good guitar player.
Is he? Is he a YouTuber or no? No.
Well, if it's the Chris Buck I'm thinking of, dude's insane. But boomer bends. What are boomer bends, man? That's probably what I do, right?
See, okay. So
is that a boomer? I don't know.
I don't know if they refer to. Actually, you guys can answer that for us. We joke all the time about whenever I bend to just a few cents out and to drive Sammy nuts, because Sammy has perfect pitch and it just drives him up the wall whenever I do it. Yeah,
because Derek's thing is.
Yeah, you got to do it. The higher the note, the better, right? The more that it hurts, right? Yeah, you can't even do it because you're like, I can't allow myself to put it out. It's got to be like. Yeah, you almost had it. So, is that actually a boomer bend, or is it just, or what is it? Spastic vibrato is the worst. 2 strings at once, anything from the 70s.
Yeah. Oh, okay, there you go. He's amazing and bends like a man. Yeah. Chris Buck is that. Ooh, nice, man.
Yeah. That's what they're talking about? I think that's what it came from. Tim from Polyphia, I think, coined the term boomer bands, if I'm correct.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, they're like, I don't know what you call them.
Because that's a tough one because you mean
Kyle, tell us what Periphery's music is.
That's Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah.
Is that boomer? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Chris Buck is a beast for sure. Spastic Vibrato is the worst. Then you're gonna hate my playing.
Come on now. Yeah,
strings at once.
Anything from the 70s. That's
like double stop, right?
That sounds like a borderline bender.
Yeah,
like a bender, like a fake bender.
That's 70s, you know.
Yeah, but you're faking the B bender thing doing that.
Well, no, B bender would be
yeah.
That'd be closer. But when I think of two strings at once, like Tom Bukovac calls it this, I think he calls it the schmear. That kind of stuff. Of course, Tom's way better at it, but I think that's
boomer bands, unison bands. I don't think any of us actually know what they are. Everybody just makes fun of mine because I think.
Oh, does he mean? Oh, do you mean like? Is that what you mean? Like a unison band?
He said it's the stuff your dad plays when you're a millennial.
Yeah. The stuff my dad played was That's what my dad played.
That's awesome. My comment was more along the lines of super fast vibrato, regardless of the tempo of the song.
Yeah, gotcha. So it's a ballad, and then and it's like Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand.
I hate you for trying to say Slash isn't awesome.
Slash is a huge offender at doing this.
Yeah. Hold on now there.
Hang on now.
Yeah.
What?
Careful what you say.
What you just say?
There.
Hang on now. Which song in particular, Mookie? No, I get it because he does have a really fast vibrato. Are you thinking of like what is it, September Rain or something? Because
November Rain.
September. I'm going with September Rain. It's way better. Sounds better.
Okay, now we got Sean's new video. He's got to do the guitar solo from November Rain now.
For September Rain.
I can't play any Slash stuff. I wish I could.
He said bingo. I knew it.
Bingo.
But it's September Rain, right?
Yes. If Slash ever sees this, like Miles is going to show it to him and just be like,
I know Miles is going to be like,
oh man,
you dudes are so funny.
Yeah, way to go. Totally. You blew it.
Don't respect the Slash man. No, do not, because he is fabulous. But I do get the when September Rain is. But I do get it. Yeah, he's got a fairly fast vibrato. Yeah. Wake me up when September rains. Oh no! What did I do? This is never gonna end now. Carole King's Ballads.
And we're just you just see the viewership just going
like spiraling.
Like,
man, I don't know song titles. Come on, man. All Along the High Tower. Wait, what?
Man, I did not ever learn much Hendrix. Because I can't play it.
Yeah, I haven't learned a ton, but the one to learn is
Oh. Is that Voodoo?
No, what's that song called?
Castle Made His Hand?
Nope.
That's Voodoo Child.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I get too many things running through my head.
I can't do the wah properly because I can't figure it out, but I know that like.
You're one of the few guys that does that right, because it is literally you kind of strum across the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you already know.
But I
You-
can't
and what's
do
great is you knew the name of the song. I didn't.
Yeah.
But what's harder is getting the.
Yeah. Did you learn the Stevie version?
That's kind of the Stevie.
Did you learn the
is
Stevie version?
Yeah.
So okay, so this is gonna tie in really well to what was happening here. Do you know when I first learned about that song?
Huh.
Slash used to open Civil War
Oh.
there was like some tour that was televised during Use Your Illusion, like a stadium tour,
Mhm.
and that's the first time I heard a wah pedal. It's the first time I saw a wah pedal,
Oh,
and I was like,
wow.
"What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
And I looked for the wah pedal that he had in that for forever because it wasn't a Dunlop.
Mhm.
It looked like an Ernie Ball, like it was silver, like an Ernie Ball.
Oh wow.
Okay, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" And he started out like a Civil War, like
Yeah.
so he started off with.
Oh wow.
And then it goes to the, and it,
Dude.
I was like, that is the most badass sounding guitar ever. And I was like, what the hell is that? And then I showed my guitar teacher, and he's like, dude, that's Hendrix. That's not Slash. I'm like, what?
Exactly.
And then the first time I learned how to do any sort of improvisation, or how do you say that word?
That works. Improv. Yeah.
Improvisation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We made something up.
Yeah. The first time I ever learned to do that was I was like 14 at the time. Mm-hmm. My guitar teacher taught me the blues scale. Mm-hmm. So he didn't teach me pentatonic scale. He said, this is the blues scale. Mm-hmm. And taught it to me in like first position and 12th position. And then he laid down on like just on a cassette, laid down, because that's how old I am. Whoops, I just smacked my phone. He played Little Wing.
Oh, nice.
And then that's what I got to learn to do.
Yeah.
And that was my introduction to it. And I didn't even know what it was. So I kept playing over top of this thing for like weeks on end. And then I was like, hey man, I'm like, did you write that song? He's like, no. He's like, it's like, that's Little Wing by Hendrix. And I was like, so I went out and bought like not Are You Experience, the Ultimate Experience right away. And I was like, holy shit, like this is amazing.
Wait a second. Well, it's the same thing when.
And then I never learned how to play any of it properly.
Yeah, because the first Hendrix thing I ever tried to play was the
Isn't that
but it never sounded right, so I was like, I give up.
Dude, it is one of the this is one of my least favorite Hendrix songs.
Purple Haze?
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of Foxy Lady because of the way the original.
Oh yeah. You're thinking of Yeah. No, Purple Haze, but like I said, I gave up on Hendrix so fast because same reason I gave up on trying to play like Eddie. It was just like I'm not even close. I gave up.
Yeah,
I know the notes, but it doesn't sound like.
Did you go through like a big Stevie phase and like learn a bunch of Stevie?
Not same problem. Like.
What problem?
But I
don't know what problem you're talking about.
Same thing. I gave up because I was like, that sounds like crap. Dude, it doesn't sound anything like so.
My guitar teacher could play Rude Mood.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I probably thought it was closer than it really was because I was 14 or 15 at the time. But I remember him sitting playing Rude Mood, and the first time I heard it, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, nobody will play like Stevie. Just trying to get the shuffle like. It's like, I can't do that. So that's why I don't. There's guys that can though.
Yeah,
they're so good at it. I'm not one of those. Yes, he does. Yeah. Absolutely. Dude was untouchable.
Alex Kelly, Shawn, what's your favorite death metal riff? Whichever one he doesn't have to play.
Whichever one I don't know. Yeah. What would be like a death metal? Because for me, this is how old I am. I'm thinking.
Yeah, that sounds like it to me.
That is not death metal.
Man, I saw that Robbie. Hey, I just got the Slash Victoria Gold Top, phenomenal guitar. So it wasn't. I don't know if it was called the Victoria, but I have like the 2006 Slash Gold Top. It is the. I'd say it's a toss up between that and my 91 Les Paul Standard for the two best Les Pauls I have, like best playing Les Pauls that I have back at in Canada.
That 91,
it's so good.
Yikes. Yeah, that's a tough call. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say the 91.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did you play you played the Slash Cold Top,
I
right?
absolutely did. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in your office. I got it out and played it. Yeah. I was like, what's this all about? I was like, that's a nice guitar, but that 91, yikes.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Thunderstruck. Yeah. Which one is Thunderstruck? Oh, didn't I do a video of that?
Do you pick it or do you
well, sort of. Yeah. No, I don't. I guess I could.
You do that.
I guess I could do that, but for me, it's like, no.
Do you even pick one of them?
What?
Yeah. Like, is it all hammer-ons, or do you pick?
All hammer-ons. So.
No, yeah.
So I picked 2 of them.
I don't pick any of them.
Oh, you go.
Yeah.
I can't do that. That's awesome. You can do that?
Not anymore.
But yeah, I guess I picked. Yeah.
That's how I impress kids in there.
Yeah. But I think Angus did actually. Yeah, like that
Man,
dude was crazy. He's crazy.
I want to try one of those wizard amps that his tech builds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a haunting. Yeah, that's a haunting. That's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, Derek knows all these songs way better than me. See?
Except for that one right there where I was reaching and I fell off the edge of the cliff.
That's a jazz version.
Yeah. That's my version of outside playing. Is when I hit wrong notes and sound shitty, I'm like, I meant to do it. Where do you think Mayer sits in legend status with SRV, Hendrix, Clapton? Is he really that level? I'm gonna drink. Nothing against John Mayer.
Nothing against John. John is an insanely good player.
Yeah.
But John learned everything he knows, as well as myself, as well as any guitar player that's great. And John, I'm not saying I'm great. John Mayer is great. And the reason he sounds great, the reason he plays things on a guitar that actually move people that don't play guitar is because he listened to all the right guitar players. So the fact that John Mayer listened to Stevie going, that speaks to guitar players and people that don't play guitar. So B.B. King, Freddie King, all those cats, John grew up on that stuff, and John is a brilliant guitar player. Would I say he's at the level of SRV Hendrix? No, but neither am I. Neither is anybody. But I will never ever say that John Mayer isn't anything but an absolutely fabulous guitar player. And I'm definitely not one of the guys that would jump on the bandwagon of he ain't all that. He is all that. He's very, very, very talented.
To me, I think that there's a ton of amazing guitar players, and then there's just these few people that are lightning in a bottle. That's why we view them as legends, right? Like, I'd say that John's one of the best guitar players.
Yeah, I mean, think about this.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I can play that. Could I write that?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's why John is a great guitar player. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of, is there anybody that I've heard that I would put on the same level? I mean, I'm going to be a dick and say that I don't put Clapton in that same class as what everybody else does. Is like,
yeah,
I feel differently.
No.
I like Clapton, but I feel differently about Clapton. I mean, to me, it's,
No, and that's all personal opinion. When I try to think of it's like, honestly, that's a tough one because all the great players learned from those cats.
Yeah.
So you got Jeff Beck, B.B. King, Hendrix, Stevie, Clapton. I mean, I know you may not be a Clapton fan, but it's really, now there's guys that play different. The guys that haunt me are guys like Julian Lange and Anton Boyer and Borelli Lagrin, but none of those guys really, they're from a different world. I can look at Doyle Bramhall, haunting. But I can also, Doyle's Hendrix. Doyle is, and he's done things differently, so he's brilliant. But it's almost like saying, is there going to be another Mozart?
Yeah.
It's the same question. Is there going to be another Hendrix? Probably not. In my humble opinion, I don't think so.
Yeah, and maybe it is just that it's the stuff that we grew up on, right? Like, so when it's the stuff that you grew up on, there's this nostalgia. It's the same reason that, like, when we were talking about Slash before, I mean, why do I love Slash so much? Man, I grew up on Guns N' Roses, right? Like, that was, my like 10-year-old self riding around cutting, with a lawnmower going and cutting grass. So I was listening to Appetite for Destruction, right?
There you go.
And or Metallica, you know what I mean? Like, in the early 90s. So, like
replicas of I mean, Greta, that's the thing. Everybody loves to like dog on Greta Van Fleet. But at the end of the day, it's like they're great. They do sound like Zepp. Yeah. But that's the whole thing. It's like, there's not too much that I can think of that's truly, and Eddie.
Yeah.
And no one's ever going to touch Eddie. There's never going to be another Eddie Van Halen. There's going to be plenty of guys that can play like him. Yeah. But no way is there going to be another Eddie, period.
It's like you say, it's that swagger, it's that shuffle, it's that right hand that that people don't match, right? And that's the thing where like you learn the licks. Like I know a bunch of Van Halen, like I said, Van Hagar licks. You know what I mean? But I'm never ever gonna come close to matching his right hand. Even if my left hand will hit everything, at least the rhythm parts properly, my right hand will never do it with the same, that same swagger. And
Eddie came up with a thing. Yeah. And so it started with Eddie. As far as I'm concerned, now that might be arguable, but as far as I'm concerned, the Eddie thing started with Eddie. Everybody's chased that thing. Nobody's going to be the new Eddie. Nobody's going to be the new Stevie Ray Vaughan. Yeah. And definitely nobody's going to be the next Hendrix. They're going to be the next guy that plays like Jimmy. But, no, there is, like I said, it's like trying to say there's going to be another Beethoven. I just don't think so. That's on my humble opinion,
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not trying to dump on John Mayer saying that either.
No, not at all. John's killer. Yeah. Not hating to speculate. Yeah, you're right, man. Christopher, you're totally right. It's like, I totally get it. And yes, Eddie could flat swing. Yeah. No one will ever touch that guy's rhythm playing. I mean, I still can't do the I still can't get that right. Yeah. In Beautiful Girls, it's like, that should be simple, right? No, it's not. And it can't be done unless you're Eddie.
Man, I wonder how much of that too, like I found like I almost always played my best when my brother Scotty was playing drums. Like I wonder how much of that's like that swing and that swagger came from the fact that him and Alex were together like their whole lives.
I would think so, because they were joined at the hip. It's like, and I was just listening to an old record I produced and played on. It's a Christian record called Big Heavy World, and it's a friend of mine, a guy named Chris Lazat, who's just the sweetest cat. But I was in kind of my John Leventhal, like definitely into Leventhal when I produced this record. I played bass on it. I had my brother play drums. Yeah. Played all the guitar stuff on it. And I was like, man, Lonnie and I were just like joined at the hip. Like Lonnie, like he would like sag into, he'd do a fill and just like sag into that downbeat in the next bar. And I was right there with him. Yep. So I get that. I totally know what you mean.
But like my brother, because my brother's a pastor, we used to play, after youth group, we would just hang out once everything was kind of done. And, 4 or 5 of us would sit and, he'd be on drums, and, we'd have 2 guys playing guitar, 1 guy playing keys and 1 guy playing bass. And I mean, we would play, I mean, our big thing was, I had learned most of Tom Morello's rhythm licks from the first Rage Against the Machine record. And when my buddy who's a keyboard player and plays drums, when he would play drums and we'd be playing like Bulls on Fire.
Yeah.
That same thing, like there's that.
Yeah. So you guys like the feel. I totally get it. Yeah.
When he's playing, he was playing it way more straight than my brother does, right? And my brother, I can anticipate when he's gonna hang back, right? And I know exactly when it's gonna have it because I know, I've played with him since I was, probably 14 years old, on and off. So yeah, I mean, I wonder how much of that, because Alex is also like, at least I find, is almost always, or I would say he's considered a really underrated drummer compared to what he.
Yeah,
what he actually
what
is,
was
like,
remarkable is Alex played like super on the beam.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't like way pocketed.
Yep.
But the way Eddie played with him, because Eddie was way swagger, way pocketed against a drummer that played pretty much on the beam.
Yep.
But I think he's a highly underrated drummer.
Yeah.
Like he's just such a signature thing. Yeah, Dimebag. You mean Dimebag Darrell, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what you mean. Yeah, he was killer. But yeah, it's funny because I remember playing with Kretz. We did all that unplugged stuff.
Yep.
Eric Kretz's pocket is insane. And I literally had to, he would, like the way he would drop into, especially on a ballad.
Yep.
The way he would drop into that downbeat after a fill.
Yep.
I literally had to look and like drop into it with him. But his feel is like same thing. It's like, oh my God, this guy's pocket is just, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
And you just, and then playing with your brother, playing with my brother.
Yeah.
And then, but you do learn, it's like if you play with other drummers, then you need to listen to their hi-hats. You need to listen to everything they're doing. And that's kind of, playing with the band 101. But yeah, I'm digressing.
Yeah, that was always my thing whenever I got a chance to play. Like when people would ask me, like even when I played in a band, they're like, who's your favorite drummer to play with? I'm like, my brother. I'm like, my brother's my favorite drummer to play with because of the fact that I can anticipate that. And I know there's going to be pocket. Like I know there's going to be kind of a swing and a feel to whatever we're doing, even if it's pop rock or pop punk type stuff. I know how he's going to do it.
It's so gratifying, right? To like drop with him and like, I totally get it. Cause I mean, I was just working on a session today with a drummer that's got an insane pocket.
Well, that was the first thing when you sent me just the clip of just the rhythm. And I was like, holy shit. I'm like that rhythm, like wow,
bass
like,
and drums. It was
crazy.
Just like, what?
Yeah.
And then when I started tracking to it, I was like, okay, big boy. Yeah. Time to put on your big boy pants and play.
I'm gonna be here for a minute while I figure this one out.
Pocket was just insane. But once again, it's like I should do a video on, I don't know, maybe it's boring, but I should do a video on how I adapt to different drummers. There's drummers that play on the bean. There's drummers like Eric Kretz that have like this massive laid back pocket. Garrett Goodwin with Carrie Underwood, massive laid back pocket. Yeah. But there's ways to make sure you drop into their pocket. Yeah. And you don't play ahead or behind them. There's ways to do it. And there's things to listen to. And I think a lot of guitar players make the mistake of listening to, I need the kick and the snare way up. It's like, no, that's the last thing you need turned up. What you need is hi-hat. Right. Ride cymbals. Anything that's syncopated, that's what you need. And that's how you drop in the pocket. If you're not listening to that, then the drummer's going to be scowling at you the whole night. Yeah.
Nice. On this topic, if you could pick your dream rhythm section to play with, who would they be? One up from that. Oh. There. Yeah.
Ooh. Pino Palladino on bass. Drums? Dang, man. Maybe Vinny, Gary Novak. Shoot. Drums is a tough one. Bass for sure. For sure. Pino Palladino. Hands down.
I don't know any bass players to drum this, so I'm just going to say I just want to play with Mark Hoppus and Travis Barker. I'll just go play Blink stuff.
Steve Jordan. Yeah, I really like Steve Jordan's playing. He's very, very, very signature. Yeah.
I'm actually lying. I would play with Brad and Tim from Rage Against the Machine.
That'd be pretty insane. Another drummer, Matt Chamberlain, maybe on drums. Yeah. Matt's insane.
Dave Grohl on drums.
Dave's awesome. Yeah. I mean, well, for God's sakes. Yeah. Hawkins, Taylor, shoot. God, what a loss. But talk about playing with a great rock and roll drummer. Yep. That would have been cool. Yeah. Yeah. Now I just brought the whole thing down. Taylor Hawkins, man. Dang.
What does Kyle say here? Just hit the button there. Shawn, have you heard the Megadeth album Vinny played on?
What? No? Did Vinny play on a... Seriously? Vinny C played on a Mega record? Send it to me. I was not aware of that.
Doesn't Mustaine live in like Spring Hill or in... Like Dave Mustaine lives here, like in
Does
Nashville.
he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Trip out. Yeah, I honestly, Kyle, I'm not hip to the fact that it wouldn't surprise me because Vinny can do whatever he wants. Oh no, he's not joking. What that?
No, he's not.
I gotta find that then.
Was it the record that was done here in Nashville? Because Mustaine did a record here. Or like maybe the last Megadeth record was done here, I think.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure he lives. Yeah, he'll text it to you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
crazy.
Pretty sure Dave lives here.
Oh, that's cool.
Drummers. You ever play with Lester Estelle?
No. No, I know who that is, but
Yeah.
no, I've never been.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, I've.
Yeah. Don't sleep. We're gonna soon.
Let's see. Vinny, Abe Jr., Carlos Vega, God rest his soul. Wow, there's cats you guys aren't going to know about, like John Ferraro, so good. Kirk Biscarret, Matt Bissonette, Greg Bissonette, both of them, bass player and drummer. Trying to think of all the drummers I've played with. My brother, who's an insane drummer, Lonnie. I've been very, very blessed to get to play Eric Kretz, of course, SDP. I've been so blessed to get to play with like some insane, like scary drummers.
Yeah.
Like so blessed.
Let's just click the show thing there.
Wait.
What's better, Vinny's drumming or just click on that? Or facial hair?
Vinny's drumming. Yeah. Yep. I have facial hair. I don't know why. Why do I have facial hair? Why do you have facial? Why?
Because otherwise I look like a child.
It's like it's not a.
That's my fat face, man. I can keep eating Hattie B's and not get in trouble.
It's like it's not quite a
You're
beard. Like why am I doing this?
Like, dude, we can still tell.
Shut up, man.
Come to Nashville and get your ass.
Poo Ninja,
fatter.
do you fight
Poo
or fight with? That's a legitimate question, man.
What's his answer? He answered it.
Oh, dude.
All of the above.
All of the above, yeah.
My wife, because he's too lazy to shave. 100%. Hey, to be fair, I've been here for a month.
Now, Heidi. Look at him. Look at that guy.
I know.
Come on now.
I've been in Nashville for a month and I shaved once this week. Not before all of our meetings that we went to. No, don't do that. Don't need to look presentable when you're going to Sweetwater or anywhere else. Just nah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Eric is crazy talented and he is the sweetest dude. I actually miss that guy. I'll talk to him in a minute, but yeah, he's a multifaceted. He's very talented.
It seems like there's a few people in that band that seem to be multi-talented.
All of them. Yeah. I mean, you should hear. Well, yeah, you should hear the stuff Rob DeLeo does. I mean, everybody thinks he's a bass player. Yikes! Have you checked out like the music he writes?
I haven't. I mean, Travis. I mean, when we were driving there, that was the first time I'd heard Trip the Witch.
Well, that's Dean DeLeo. That's Dean. But Rob DeLeo is an insane composer. He's a killer bass player. But you should hear that cat play guitar.
Yeah,
Well,
that's like
so good.
You met Paul Yee, right?
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with Paul, right? Like Paul will never admit to it, but Paul's a phenomenal bass player. Mm-hmm. But like he will just bury me on the guitar constantly and just be like, I'm not, and then he'll hand me back a guitar and be like, I'm not a guitar player. And I was like, you're a dick. Like, you're a way better guitar player than I am.
That's the thing. It's like Rob probably knows more about old guitars and amps than I will ever know. And then on top of that, hand him an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
And it's wow.
It's off to the races.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah. All those cats, crazy talented. I miss Scott. God rest his soul. But yeah, Eric and Dean and Rob, they're the sweetest salt of the earth people, and my God, are they talented. All three of them are just multifaceted, and yeah, really good dudes. We should get the hell out of here. Right?
Yeah, we should. I was just thinking, I'm like, sounds like the storm's calmed down, so
Yeah,
my drive isn't going to be too bad.
Yep.
So yeah, you can put in your last questions now because we're leaving in like 2 minutes. So,
yeah, and you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for hanging out.
Yeah,
this whole time,
for
man. You
being
guys are
patient
so
with
cool,
us.
Yeah, and just with the run and gun,
Yep.
you know, things went crazy in Canada with the weather. We kind of had to, you know, punt 4th and down.
Yeah.
So, you know, thanks for being so sweet and like hanging out with us. It's awesome.
Yeah. D 2020 head. Nah.
He's still on it, man.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna let it go.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, go listen to some SDP. I'll probably do that while I'm driving back.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Yep.
All right, you
all right.
guys.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. And I don't know. I should be back in Canada for next week for the next one. But we'll see how it
travel
goes.
safe, man. That's
Yeah.
a long.
It's a bit of a jaunt.
It's a long walk
Yeah.
in the snow. Uphill.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's
Exactly.
pretty flat.
Yeah. All right, guys.
See you guys.
Bye. And see you in a bit to my wife.
Bye.